And hello, everyone. We are the Lost Caravan RPG. We do one shots, we do mini-series, we do long-running campaigns. If it's TTRPG, we pretty much do it all. Tonight is the second day of our 10-day long charity stream supporting the Trevor project. For anyone that doesn't know, as I scroll down to my script, the Trevor Project is the world's largest LGBTQ youth suicide prevention and crisis intervention organization. We're raising money to make sure that every LGBTQ young person knows that they are not alone. It's very important to myself and everyone at the Lost Caravan that we support this organization and we show them all of the love that we can. They do amazing things for a lot of people. We do have a goal for our entire 10 days, which we're hoping to hit, and whatever we do end up hitting, I think I got this wrong in the first time, and I'm not going to get it wrong this time. It's Exalted Funeral. I think I said Exalted Funeral Press the first time, but it's just Exalted Funeral that is going to match our donation. Just dollar for dollar, whatever we raise, they're going to match it, which is incredible. They're just an extremely generous company and highly recommend you go check out everything of theirs. They have a bunch of really cool stuff. But for donation wise, every $10 that we get does enter you in our drawing for a handful of prizes at the end of the stream, which they're all very, very cool. But the first one is a mental health kit from Guardians Mental Health. It is a Destiny nerd themed mental health kit. It's got a bunch of cool knickknacks and whatnot in it. We have the Call of Cthulhu starter from Chaosium. We have the Rune Quest starter from Chaosium. We have the Seventh Sea, also from Chaosium. Those are all PDFs. They are all codes that you can redeem on their site. And the last prize that we have is the Through the Breach core book plus the Voyage volume, an expansion. And that is from Word Games. If you didn't see it before, we did have a playthrough of Through the Breach that ended recently. It's a very fun game. It is based on cards. You don't use dice, you use cards. Whoever is the storyteller flips the cards and adds up your bonuses and compares that to the DCs. But like I said, every $10 gets you entered for a chance to win one of these prizes. So whatever you can donate. Obviously, don't put yourself in any financial bind, but we absolutely appreciate anything that you can donate to help this amazing cause. All right, I think that's enough of that. Tonight we are playing a game called Electrum Archive, which is on itch.io. It is an indie game that absolutely just drew me in. It is so simple, but it is elegant and beautiful, and it has enough character creation that it gives you freedom to make these beautiful characters in this just free to roam world. It's super cool. And the spell casting. Oh, I can't wait to get to the spell casting. So excited. Yeah. Not being yelled at from a mod, so I don't think I forgot anything. But yeah, if you want to check out all of the streams, all of them do go up on our YouTube channel, which one of the mods will throw the link there. Everything we do goes up there. All 200 and something videos are there. So if you ever missed a stream that you wanted to see or just want to check out some of our old content, you can find all of it there. All right, I think that's enough out of me. Why don't I pass it on over? Also, kick up the music, which is brought to us by Epidemic Sound, and let everyone tell you who they are, who they're playing tonight, which, a little bit of spoiler, but no one truly knows who they're playing tonight. And what your personal favorite adventure place would be. Real or fictional. We'll go clockwise, starting from me, which means we are starting with Frank.
Oh man,
we
right
have
off the
donation.
bat. Okay.
That is so small. Hold on 1 second. You surprised me. Oh, Annie Banani, thank you so much for the donation. That's my lovely wife. Thank you. All right, sorry, Frank, go ahead.
No, you're good. Tonight, I will be playing Quinn. In this game, in the Electrum Archive, bit of backstory for the game. There's most of the like governing system is run by like old trade families now who are like at a consistent war. Um, so my character build sort of goes on that. I am a houseborn, which means I'm of one of these large families, fixer. So the way I'm sort of portraying it is like it's the trade families fighting is sort of like a shadow war. So I'm sort of like a shadow op, like heir to the family, just like going out and doing sneaky shit. It's gonna be fun.
Love it. Over to Kit.
I'm Kit. You can find me on the internet at Kit Will Cause, same way it's up here. Tonight I will be playing, to my knowledge, a cultist warlock called Cicada. I don't know much else. So we shall see. We will find out together. It will be delightful. I'm very excited.
There's a reason that no one really knows much about their characters, which we'll get into. Over to Mally.
Oh, okay. My name's Mally. You can find me on Twitter at MallyTheBlack. At some point, I'll come up with some sort of creative thing to pimp out or talk about. So today, I'm going to once again pimp out a friend's girlfriend's Etsy. Hope if you could toss up the Happy Leshy link, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I will be playing Umad, who is also a fixer, but more of a nomadic one. And so they don't have the whole noble family thing going on. In fact, they aren't. Dido, really? Really, Dido? Why must you choose violence?
Already, every time.
Why must you choose violence? They don't really come from much. But they're outside of the whole memory issue. They are a firm believer in being prepared for anything because the wilderness is unforgiving to treat it lightly. And as far as the whole ideal adventure place, I don't know. I'm partial to futuristic settings. So give me some cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second that, yeah.
All right. Over to Lonnie.
All right. Hi, everyone. I am Lonnie, or Looney Shaws. I am playing Reese. And as far as I know, she's a vagabond performer. Kind of in my head, I'm imagining that, like, hopefully she'll be able to do some really cool, badass, like, acrobatic moves that, like, basically like a fancy ninja with, like, spins before she kicks and, like, that sort of stuff. We'll see if that's how it turns out, but that's just what I've imagined, because I was trying to be prepared, but not underprepared, but not overprepared. But when you're playing a character you don't really know, I didn't know what that meant. So here we go. And I did love playing Cyberpunk. I thought it was really fun, but I personally love the games where you get to explore, like, the wilderness too. I love trees, so if I can't do it in real life, I'm gonna do it in game, darn it. So hey, jungle sounds really cool. I'll take it for today.
Heck yeah. And JT.
Hello, I'm JT at WeebJeet on Twitter, at the Hoovenist in the Twitch chat, encouraging Dido to give us villain points right out of the gate. Tonight I am playing Beep. Warlock Scavenger is what I have set up for them. Just like my idea currently for it is just like a naturally curious, um, klepto, who just kind of collects things that other people would consider to be junk. Um, as for my favorite adventuring spot, I would have to go with Starfinder's The Packed World. It's a nice little solar system where there's plenty of adventure to be had. It's a nice sci-fi system, and you can get jungles or space stations or just warp space pirates out there, and I think it would be really fun.
Well, I guess that just leaves me. I'm Andrew, your games master for the evening, and for most evenings around here. Although, in the coming week, you are going to see a bunch of friendly faces behind the GM's chair, because we just have a bunch of games that are going to be run by a bunch of great people and telling a bunch of great stories, and I'm here to support it. All right.
Do we still get the leftover fate point from the end of stream
You do.
yesterday?
Yes.
Cool.
Oh,
I was
what?
watching that, so if we got a villain point, we already got a fate point too.
Rad.
All right. I suppose we can dive into just a little bit of scene setting. As your eyes flutter open to the sound of howling and chirping, an unusual combination of sounds to be sure, an awful headache pounds in the back of your minds. You look around to what little you can see. See only a dark, twisting forest around you. As well, of course, as the series of strangers that lie in the ground nearby. You don't know how you ended up here, where you came from, or little else other than your names. But you do know that you all seem to be each other's best chance at surviving this strange land you find yourselves in. That howling and chirping continues louder and louder. It's apparent that you will be hunted. Keeping moving will be your best bet. Find help, find civilization, find anything that tells you what the hell is going on. With that, could I get a d6 from everybody?
Enough strong.
I don't know if this is good or bad, but I got a 5.
I got a 4.
It's a 1 for me, dog.
6.
Brilliant.
6?
Okay, we got both ends of the spectrum.
Love to see it.
Everything's covered.
Quinn, Reese, Deep, Umad, and then Cicada. So, Quinn, as your eyes start fluttering open and that headache just pounds in the back of your mind, you see the others are starting to stir, but you are the first one on your feet. What would you like to do?
What do I see? Are we in like a clearing? Is it dense woods?
Really,
Is there
it's
any sign of...
pretty dense. You're on the edge of what you can definitely hear to be a running river, but it's pretty dark.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm gonna just check around, make sure everybody like that my would-be companions are physically uninjured, and then try and start moving, getting everybody towards the running water, because usually, people or animals are gonna be near a water source. So if we want to find help, that's a good bet.
Who would you say you would check on first?
Just the person closest to me. I don't know myself. I don't know anybody. It's just I wake up, there are other people on the ground.
You can go with the 5, which would mean that immediately to your side is Reese. Sorry, Quinn, could we get a physical description for your character?
shady. Uh, so like I'm thinking very slim, dark clothes, dark hair, not very tall, sort of like disappear in a crowd kind of person. Um, uh, Definitely giving the vibe of like trying not to stand out in any specific way, but not as, but purposefully. So like putting in extra effort to be super inconspicuous. Does that make sense?
Well, Reese, as you feel someone starting to shake you, to check on you, make sure you're okay, we get a description of what Reese looks like.
Yeah, so Reese actually kind of looks about the opposite of Quinn. She is she used to be a performer. So she probably is wearing clothes that are pretty brightly colored that look like they still should probably be meant to be performed in, but they probably look tattered. I'm assuming she's probably wearing like a darker kind of robe over that just to kind of like just I don't know. It's like it's a good idea to have an option to be able to be concealed if need be, but her base clothes are brightly colored. I think I'd say she has long hair, but nothing else really, just like nothing else at all. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, just brightly colored clothes and like long hair is kind of all I can picture in my head right now. But
Yeah.
and I'm being stirred awake, so I'm probably like, what? And it's like seeing this person that I don't know if I recognize or not standing over me and like kind of taking a second to like readjust to the light and the situation around me and figure out what's happening. And like as soon as I'm like awake and aware, I like jump up and I'm standing up just right away and I'm like um uh where are we?
It looks
Okay.
like a forest.
Okay. Yeah, that checks. Um okay. And then she'll notice the people around her like after a few seconds. Like she'll be looking at everything else first and then like, oh, there's more.
Yeah. Stirred by this conversation, I believe next was Beep.
Yeah, Beep stirs awake. They are not very tall at all. They have dark brown hair and eyes, but the rest of their face is covered by a mask that their inhaler is plugged into. They look as though the closest thing a little creature of a person might look. As they stand up and their natural posture sort of hunches them over. And they wear raggedy clothes, torn like leathers and fabrics that are sort of patchworked into a cloak over their regular wear. As they get up and look around at the folks about them.
You, as you wake up, would hear this distant, rhythmic ticking. Almost like a clock.
We have clocks in this game. Is that a mechanic?
Am I hearing that from any particular direction or
It
just
sounds like
around?
it's from everywhere.
Where are we? Who are you? And what is that infernal ticking?
Can we hear the clock?
Oh, they're obviously crazy.
Okay. Okay. So to review, looks like we're in a forest. I know my name and that's about it.
Name? What?
Quinn,
Um,
and you.
and I'm Reese.
Okay.
Hello, Reese.
Hi.
And what is the name of the ticking?
Um,
I don't know what
I
you're
don't
talking
know. I can't hear the ticking, so I haven't been formally introduced.
You do not hear it?
Um, sorry.
I think Beep kind of gets closer to them. Maybe more so than they might expect a normal person to get close. No ticking.
No, no
Full step
ticking.
back.
You. Okay. Beep. Call me.
Beep.
Is what you can call me. Beep is what you can call me. I have not spoken for some time. I think. I don't know.
Remember?
Where are we?
Anything? We were wondering the same thing. Do you remember? Like, if you said that you haven't spoken in a while. Do you remember anything?
No,
'Cause I
throat's
feel like
just dry.
Hmm. Well, I think we were gonna try to look for water, right? Yeah, that was the. So
Okay.
we could take care of that. We can help.
Maybe the ticking's over there.
Maybe.
The ticking of a natural clock, perhaps? Thirst?
Hmm.
This conversation of ticking. Umad.
So this short, um, layer wrapped figure slowly begins to stir, bringing themselves up, uh, and and the closest thing that comes to mind as far as how they're dressed is with the many rags and wraps that like a Tuscan raider would have. So almost entire obscured, save for some outsized goggles and uh, uh, fingerless, and they slowly rise to their fairly small height of, I'd say, about 5'5", and look over at the rest of the assembled group with um, oddly jerky movements of their, so like eyes lock on Reese, and then over to Beep, over to Kit, over to Frank, and who am I today?
Do you?
Today,
Go ahead.
We have met many people, but I don't know if I've met any of you before. Though I having trouble. Hand goes to wrapped head and clutches.
I none of us seem to be able to remember if we know each other at all. So you're not alone in that. But I'm Reese, and it seems like we're gonna be a group now for the time being. Um, do you remember your name?
Name is about all I remember. You may call me Umad.
it's a good start. It seems like all of us remember our names. And then she'll kind of realize there's still one person that hasn't gotten up, and like, not to be weird, but kind of just like stares like, is that person gonna get up too? Like,
They good.
Cicada's just taking a fat nap.
I'm still outie. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm having a great nap.
She's
start
very
poking you with a
tired.
stick eventually. Like, hello.
Y'all ever taken a nap on this bed straw? It's great.
Cicada, would
Yes.
you roll, if you have the ability to, roll a D100? If not, I can roll it.
I can absolutely roll that for you.
I'm going to spend my
read it.
villain point.
What? Hey, now. I'm
just
not
got
sure if I
here.
want to roll that for. No. That's a
Danger.
74.
7. Beautiful. As you look over to where you saw the last individual lying there, starting to stir, it's a little confusing because there's no one lying in that space, even though you know there was someone. And your eyes just kind of trail off a little more into the woods, and you can see just feet being dragged into the brush.
Oh my. Seems we're a group of 4 now.
Should we go help? I think we should go help, right?
Help?
There was definitely a person. There was a person.
There
There was a person there, right? Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, and foot drags makes 5. Formally.
So we follow the foot tracks. Yes.
If that is where you are going, that is surely where we must go.
Okay.
Maybe we
And
get
then-
help first, and then
Help?
Well, I will say that there's 3 more of you than I expected. In the middle of the forest. If I woke up alone, that I wouldn't already have help, but I do have help now. So.
You also would have been that thing's target.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good idea. You know what? We had 5, but now we have 4. That's fine. Go.
Counting chickens. It seems we be. Let us go and make 5 again.
Cicada, as the muffled voices start hitting your growingly conscious brain, so does a slight numbing sensation, kind of mixed in with stabbing pains along your shoulders and back. Do you have any
This is-
armor? What's your
Do I
AV?
have any? My AV.
I don't know if anyone...
Is missing from my character sheet.
Yeah, anyone
we're
have
not allowed
armor?
to. It's not part of the starting equipment.
Well, then never
Yeah,
mind
you
then.
have to get it.
You
I
have to
think.
buy
So,
it
yeah.
with drops.
With money or whatever.
The only
Money.
thing I could afford on here is a tower shield, which is 14 cost. That's the only thing I can afford on any of the weapon, like any of the armor stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
Chill.
good news, I rolled minimum, so that's just 1 point of damage.
Okay, this is fine.
As a large carnivorous plant is just slowly dragging you into the brush and starting to wrap around you.
You
Ah,
too?
ah.
If we catch up to them, there's stuff we might make.
Stuff?
Yes, they had stuff. We
Okay.
have stuff.
I'll like look around on the ground and like realize there was a staff like really close to where I was sitting, and I'm like, this is mine. Yeah?
It is in your hands, and I do not remember having it.
Well, I mean, I don't remember having it either, but I'll take it.
I think with that, Beep has started to scramble into the woods after our compatriot.
Cicada, you are now very, very conscious, very aware of what's happening. What would you like to do?
I would like to yell, please. I would like to scream for 500, Alex. And wiggle I want to try to get out. I don't know. It's like it takes like an action to reach anything out of your bag, though, right?
Uh, would you make the first roll of the game? We're going to make an
Okay.
attribute
Yeah.
test, a body test.
I can certainly try.
Oh, thank
Remind
God
me
that's not
what
me.
I need to roll for that. I have my body, but
D10.
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 And roll below your number.
Well, we can certainly try.
I
No.
know.
No, we can't. That is an 8/4. No.
You let out this scream, which is kind of caught in your throat just a little bit, and start trying to wiggle. It's everything is labored, but you are very slowly fighting back. The rest of you, or those of you that at least chased off into the brush, would catch up in a matter of moments. It hasn't gotten very far, but a large carnivorous plant starts bringing up these vines and almost this protective barrier to try to keep you away from its meal.
Ah. Not man, not a compatriot. Vines indeed.
I think we have to attack it. And she like holds her staff in her hands, like trying to remember kind of like the first time. Like there's gonna be muscle memory eventually, but the first time she's like, whack.
Not
Overhand?
sharp.
Underhand? Is it?
Not sharp with which to cut that staff.
Do you have a sword?
Beep pats their pockets and finds a short sword just like tucked into their pants somewhere.
Be
It would
careful
appear
with that.
so. And I'll go ahead and make an attempt to cut an opening for us in the vines.
You know, why don't we take this opportunity to roll our speed? We might as well start the game in combat, why not?
I love rolling my.
So, at the top of each round, you nominate if you are going to be attacking with a weapon or not. If you are attacking with a weapon, you roll a d10, and you're trying to get equal to or lower than the weapon's speed. If you are not attacking, then the default number that you're trying to roll on or below is 5. If you pass, you act before the enemy. If you fail, you act after the enemy. So,
Okay.
Beep and
Sorry, go ahead.
I'll remember this eventually, I swear. Beep and Reese.
I rolled a 3 on my speed 6 sword. It
So you
looks
are
like.
going before this plant creature.
I rolled a 1
You are also going before
on my
this
speed
plant
7
creature.
staff. Cool.
Wow.
Cicada, I assume that you would like to defend yourself.
Would love to. I would love more than anything to defend myself.
Okay.
Thank you.
If you're attacking with the weapon, then it's just comparing your speed roll against the weapon. Otherwise, it's fine.
Well, I can certainly. Oh, thank God. That's a 5 under 9. If I rolled over a 9, I was gonna cry a little bit.
Quinn and Umad? The two of you taking a moment to catch up, or you say that you're close enough to engage?
I rolled a 3 under my 5. Do something else. So
Quinn?
Speed. The weapon speed. Where's the weapon speed listed? For the sword.
It's on the
Yeah.
weapons table.
Page. Sword's
Swords
gonna
are
be a
speed 6.
6. All right. So I just roll a d10 looking for under
6 or below,
6.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a 1. So I'm gonna move
All
in.
acting before this creature. Say we'll start with Beep, as you had your weapon out, ready to attack. All attacks automatically hit. In this game, the only thing you need to roll for is your damage. If you roll max damage,
Beautiful.
that's considered a critical hit, and it ignores the target's armor.
Very good. Swords are 1d8 damage.
Sword is D8.
Yep, that is going to be 4 for
4.
perfectly half.
Its armor is going
As-
to soak a bit of it as you're just trying to hack through the vines, but they are thick. It's taking a moment to cut through them.
Unhand the path, beast. You are not my compatriot.
All right. Reese, why don't we go with you next?
Let's see. So the staff can do. There's two. So there's a D6 and a 2D4 for damage. Do we know?
Versatile.
So like depending on how I attack with it, basically.
One-handed
yeah,
or
it's
two-handed?
Gotcha. Again, she's kind of trying to do the whole muscle memory thing. She's going to like at first almost try to jab at it and then realize that like no, Beep said sharp. So she's gonna stick it on the ground and kind of like try to pole vault and kick into it instead and like use the spear as like the staff as like her leverage kind of.
Absolutely, yeah.
So would that be a D6 or 2D4?
I got 2d4.
Sweet. Okay. Let me get my second D4 out. Okay, that's a 3 on the first one and a 4 on the second one. 7 damage.
Almost a crit.
Yeah.
Armor
Sharp as
is gonna
your wit in
soak,
battle.
Armor soaks some of it, but that blow just shatters through some of the vines. The way to this plant creature is very clear. I'm gonna jump up to Cicada. As you can see light, this thing was starting to eat you, but now you hear combat, you hear hacking away at this creature. What would you like to do?
At the creature that has me. Oh,
Someone's attacking it.
Cicada, Cicada was in here. And I'm in this one, and then try to. I don't know if I have enough room to use a sling to hit this thing, but I would like to try.
Let's go with
Just like whatever I can reach, like a rock on the ground or a berry from this thing, just something orb shaped, something with some
Wait,
heft.
Are you like actually inside of its mouth?
like
Because you could
I'm
almost
all
just
of
do like the rubber band thing and just
Yo!
snap at it.
let's go
I
with
could. Could I do that?
an attack at disadvantage because that paralytic poison is still kind of coursing through
That's
you.
fair.
Which means you roll your damage twice and take the lower result.
For sure. Where's my D4? It's not going to be a lot of damage. Tell you that right now. Well, okay, so 4 or a 2. So a 2.
Ew. Yeah, unfortunately, you were snapping, but it doesn't really seem to be doing much. The armor soaked it.
Does it have mouth armor?
It's kind of all armored from everywhere. It's a big old plant creature.
And Drew,
Fair
tell
enough,
me right
okay.
now, does this plant have braces?
I need to know for science, Hoop.
Have dental work this plant has.
What kind of dent does this plant have? What kind of teeth does the plant?
About to find out.
Sharp indeed.
Hey, Hoop, over under on plant teeth.
Over.
Well, Quinn or Umad?
Tried. I'm in
Yeah,
here.
I think I'm gonna hit the thing. I'm gonna.
Just charge in past the other two, just start whacking at the actual carnivorous plant itself.
Yeah. So yeah, just automatically hit, and then I just roll the damage of the weapon.
Yep.
Cool.
You
All right, roll.
you do know that there is someone inside, and any reckless attacks might go through. If you want to be even the littlest bit careful to try to not hurt them, I would give you the damage at disadvantage, because you're trying to hold back enough to not kill the person you're trying to save.
Take.
Belly into the beast, Quinn goes.
Yeah. So let's do that. So D8, 2D8 at disadvantage is still a 7.
Oh, Yeah. How would you like to finish this thing?
Just like if there's a bulging area where something is being consumed, just a quick slice across, thrust a hand in, and say "out, friend." It's just
Out, friend.
out, friend.
Speak, friend,
Um,
and leave.
Okay.
We don't know much about our surroundings, but I don't think being inside the mouth of that thing is where we're supposed to be.
Yeah, I think said move towards the river, not towards the carnivorous plants. That's not.
Perhaps the dinner we were supposed to be?
I hope not.
That doesn't seem right. Can we eat it for dinner?
I don't feel like dinner.
Poison this thing secretes, seemingly, must be amnesiatic. If paralytic as well, no reason to run so fast when wake up.
Amnesiatic.
Cause loss of many memory.
Huh.
Cicada just on the floor in a pile of goop, just like gesundheit. Like,
Are you
Uh,
okay?
Quinn
don't
is
want to
hovering
eat
over
this.
them. Who are you?
who are you?
The guy who just cut that plant. Who are you?
The guy who just got cut out of the plant.
Can we get a description
Okay,
for
we all-
Cicada?
We all know nothing. That's fine.
That's it. Well, you give. I'm gonna give what I get, and what I've gotten is not much. Cicada may have looked slightly different before getting stuck in the gullet of this strange plant. I think as they stand up, they've got sort of a lot of layers on top, and then just kind of two skinny legs on bottom. So they've got, like the robes that probably have some sort of importance. Who can never be sure. Like big scarf, big cowl, big hood. Just little leggings. They're very top heavy. They kind of give the appearance of like a strange little beetle. But now they're like, I don't know, goopy, I guess. On account of the plant that there was.
Yeah. The paralytic
Eating them. Yeah.
poison has started to fade.
Ugh. Can I get up now? Ugh.
Yes, bring number 5 out to the sunlight where we might purview themselves.
No, who are you?
That's beep. They're a little weird. They hear a clock for some reason.
Do you hear ticking as well?
Do I hear
Perhaps the ticking of thirst.
the what?
Does it off tick when you're thirsty? Is that?
It has been since I woke up, at least. Perhaps
I
all the
don't.
time.
I don't.
Never to be
No.
sure without memory.
What is happening? Where are we? What is this?
Well, I don't. So far, none of us have been able to piece out the past. So I think best step right now is figure out the future, which running water.
What?
Go towards the running water. Probably there's Beep is thirsty, and running water seems like maybe it could give
Beep
some
is-
direction or just context or something.
Ibis. There's okay.
Yes, have not had drink in some time, I imagine. Plus, running water where river is very much cleaner than standing.
I would like to be clean, yes.
Clean of what?
Plant secretions. Weird plant goop.
To review, we have 2 little guys, 1 slimy guy, a apparent circus creature, and 1 regular dude.
Just
Like-
one guy.
Yes,
Yeah.
very handy with the staff you are, light on your feet, sharp with the wit.
Thank you. I took your advice. It wasn't pointy, so I didn't try to use it to stab. It felt right.
very much instinctual, fast acting you were.
Well, thank you. You were great too with your sword. Didn't even know you had it, but you
Neither did
great
I.
with it.
Reese,
All kinds of surprises today, I guess.
I'm going to take a moment and we're going to unlock one of your memories. Just so
Oh.
everyone knows, I asked the entirety of the cast to answer 2 character questions. These were not questions about themselves, these are questions for another character. They don't know who. They were mixed up. So, we're going to get to see the first one. As that feeling starts to come back to you of being light on your feet, being quick, not just in wit, but in agility. What would you say would be a moment from Reese's past where they have exemplified the intuition for being able to make split-second decisions?
I think there would have been a moment where one of the times when she was performing one of the acts that she was involved in started going wrong. Somebody started to fall, and somehow she doesn't even remember, like, she thought she was way too far away to be able to help, but somehow she was able to almost swoop in and make sure that the person was saved. And again, like she can't even right now, like, thinking about it, she can't even wrap her head around the fact that she was able to move that fast and, like, think that quickly, because her brain's not working at all right now. But she just has that moment of, she's done this before.
With that, you help Cicada to his feet.
Sure. I don't know.
To their feet.
I don't think they know. Sure. No, but who can be sure?
Help Cicada to their feet and just kind of take a moment to inspect your new companion, who does look a little bit injured, but otherwise you're all able to finally push your way through the darkened brush and would find yourself staring at a very lightly lit river that flows through this forest. Though something looks very off about it. It's not this crystal clear, flowing stream that you had expected. It swirls with purples and reds, greens, all at random, all beautiful, certainly not normal.
Wrong, please correct. Water not typically with color?
Call. Maybe don't drink it. Or bathe in it.
Aww.
Looking at Cicada.
So you just, like, visibly deflates.
Perhaps dip a tentative finger in?
Do you want to do that?
Admit, I'm curious, I do. Abnormal water, not typical.
What if we and just pull, like, a stick out of a bush somewhere and just, like, dip it in the water?
Not at the cost of one's phalanges. Very good.
Well, I mean, for starters. Is the stick okay? Does the stick survive the weird water?
You're jabbing the stick down?
I'm just sticking the stick in the river, yeah. In the weird water.
It lashes, pokes the bottom of the fairly shallow river. More of a creek than anything. Seems fine.
It's just weird water, I think.
Well, then a tentative sip I will take, perhaps?
First, if
we
anything. Not ingest.
We could go back to phalange, back to finger. We could go back.
Mm-hmm.
Back to phalange, not
Back to-
lost the stick
Baby
was.
steps.
Not
Steps.
lost the finger will be either.
Mm.
Better finger than your gullet?
Perhaps.
Mm.
And Beep will dip their index finger into the peculiar water.
Oh no.
D100, please.
Oh no.
Well, we tried.
That's gonna be a 20.
Interesting. It's very
Don't say
warm
interesting.
here. Warm,
terrified.
not just from the effort you all had to put in just to rescue this stranger from a carnivorous plant, but in general, it's very humid. You all find yourselves just constantly in the state of sweating. You'd notice that Beep is, at the moment, not sweating sweat, but almost this oily substance.
Oil slick, no. We were just talking about that.
Well, it's not polite to stare, so.
It's not painful or anything. It's certainly going to be uncomfortable for a while, but that seems about the extent of it.
Seems certainly entirely harmless. Except for discoloration of sweat is many peculiarities, but relatively unharmed I seem to be.
Out swallowing it. Don't try that, I think. I think we
Do
can find
not-
other water. I think right?
Other water. This is the only running water nearby. Standing water of this stuff surely not as ingestible, if as equally unpure.
Then we find a new nearby to find water in.
Yes, many
I don't-
walks, many travels to civilization. There might be.
I think
Would-
Quinn's just gonna start walking downstream.
Would any of the packs happen to have like a water skin in it? Cause like if Reese could literally just look down and just like open her backpack and be like, oh, should be safe drinking water. Like, she'd do that.
You have rations. I don't see any reason why rations wouldn't come with water.
Oh yeah, enough water and non-perishable food for 3 days.
There you go.
Okay.
No.
So during the moment when Beep is kind of like dipping their finger in the water and like pulling it out and being like, oh, that's huh. Reese will like kind of realize that she's wearing a backpack. Like I feel like she wasn't really thinking about it, but she's kind of like, oh, yeah, maybe there's something to help fix that in there, and then she'll open it and see the water skin in there. She'll open the water skin and kind of like pour a little out in her hand. Does it look normal?
Yep, just water.
Okay. And offer it to Beep.
What is this, a sack of liquid you offer?
Safe drinking water. To parch your thirst.
Safe.
And maybe the ticking will stop.
Ah, yes, thirst tick. Forgotten about it with discolored sweat. Beep will pull their inhaler mask down, and you see that they've got like just like a silvery 5 o'clock shadow going. And they take a swig from the water skin and pass it back to Reese.
I'll take this moment to unlock one of your memories. What memory would come to your mind when you think of sitting in some tavern or restaurant, surrounded by voices, downing just the largest, darkest brew of caffeinated beverage that anyone has seen? What would this memory look like?
I think for Beep, the caffeinated beverages tended to keep them a little more calm than it seemed to their peers, and so going out for those beverages before going out on a scavenge, before going out with them to do any work, was really good for them, keeping their eye on the ball. Just helping them sort of zone in.
Yeah. Memory plays across your mind like a foreign picture. And then it hits you that, oh, that's my memory.
Right. An experience I've had. Remembered. Perhaps a place of drinking where ticking was not so loud?
So you remember ticking isn't normal for when you're thirsty.
Less thirsty, more... hard to describe at the moment. Return to me when we have more. Perhaps I will provide more context for ticking. It is not gone. Water was not the ticking.
Help your dry throat at least.
Indeed, many thanks for the skin of liquid.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't like that word.
Like water skin
decided
seems fine, and then the skin of liquid is all of a sudden like
Yeah, there's
I
a
decided I
different
don't
meaning.
like that word.
I do not understand what is the issue?
nothing.
Feels
Nothing.
bad.
No, it's
Here's bad in the ears.
Here's bad in the ears. Very good. Very many
Mm.
apologies. Skin of water not appropriate for ears of others. Mental note has been made.
This Beep and Reese are having this intellectual debate of water skin or skin of water. Quinn has kind of started to following. Are you headed downstream or upstream?
Downstream.
Headed downstream, following the flow of the water. Cicada and Umad. What do you like to do?
Hmm.
I mean, we should. Should we? I mean, wait up.
Turn and start following. Maybe your leader at the moment, your temporary leader. I assume that's the other two of you would see everyone starting walking and quickly tail behind.
Mhm.
Most certainly.
Umad is keeping an eye out, as while they don't remember much, they do know that you've got to keep an open ear, an open eye, or the wild will take you.
Absolutely. I think this might fall under archive. Information. There isn't really a good attribute for perception. Maybe spirit, because that's intuition.
Yes.
Sure.
And I have a talent for survival. Would that play into this at all?
Absolutely. Quinn, you could also roll this if you'd like, as you are technically leading the charge.
Okay. And I would do that. Down to your give to. It's what, a D10 again?
Yep, a
And
D10,
I'm
and you're
rolling
trying
up.
to roll honor under your spirit.
Perfect. Oof.
3 under 5.
Nah, over.
Yeah. kind of taking in all of the beauty as you're walking, which is kind of nature's own defense mechanism. Has a knack for presenting this otherworldly, beautiful display of colors and flora, all while distracting you from the dangers that wait underneath. Umad, as you are all walking, you get the sense that you are being watched.
Be, be on your guard. We are not.
Is there anything you would all like to do?
I mean, of course we're not alone. There's 5 of us. Just like
Threes
looking
and
around,
fours.
like, are there more now?
Yeah, I think Quinn's. I'm imagining us at sort of like the front and the back of the pack. I think at hearing that, Quinn's gonna sort of like snap around and maybe keep a closer eye on like what's going on around us. I don't know if there's like a perception. I think I
That
just
was-
failed that. If
yeah,
that was
that was the
another check,
spirit.
yeah.
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 That's okay.
I think Beep is probably looking for anything that shines that is not an organic item, and is also just maybe passively fiddling with their inhaler, trying to figure out what the hell it does, as they do not remember.
Reese, anything?
Umar,
Or Omad? Yeah, go ahead.
Umar is on high alert. Keep trying to pick their senses out and get a feel for like from where,
You're
and like trying to do so in like looking around.
take a few moments of near stopping as you all scanning the surroundings. But the little bit of movement you're getting seems to be from the treetops above you. And there's a lot of it. A lot of very small creatures. Donation. Andy, thank you so much for the donation. We super heckin' appreciate it. We love you, buddy.
Holy crap!
Just all the love.
Oh. Damn.
Much money to the cause.
I don't think anyone would know. I don't know why you would, but that is my real world great friend of 20-something years.
Ooh. Very cool.
That's out.
Like, yeah, welcome in. Thank you kindly.
Well, with the fact that you're all staring up into the treetops, waiting and watching, just catching little bits of movement as these creatures are so well blended in to their surroundings.
I try to climb a tree. I feel like I always do these things that end in such bad ways, but like I'm remembering now that I'm agile and I kind of just want to test it out and see what I can do and see what the animals are. It's gonna end badly. I know it is.
If I also climb a tree, then I cannot possibly do better than you. I promise. So
Yeah. I mean, you could certainly climb it carefully and slowly, or you could throw just all caution to the wind and just recklessly leap for branches and just scurry your way up.
Could pole vault up into it.
I feel like I'm imagining the opening for that George of the Jungle TV show that was on like Cartoon Network where he just like goes straight into a tree. So I don't want to recreate that right now. I think my character is still kind of like, I think I can do this, but let me try. So I think she's gonna take it kind of cautiously the first time.
Yeah, no roll required. Just
Oh, okay.
walk over to one of the trees and start inching your way up bit by bit. Anyone else?
I think Beep is just watching nervously, kind of
Yeah.
feeling anxious at the natural height of it all.
Yeah, I think Cicado's gonna probably keep an eye out for if anything starts coming down towards Reese.
That's terrifying. Oh no.
So like, I do not trust myself to climb a tree, but I have eyes. Can
Pretty
do that.
tall. If edible plant up there, as was with you, not very good for hitting from the ground.
Speak for yourself, and they pull out their sling.
Ranged implement for which you could have escaped with earlier?
I tried, first of all, so jot that down.
B takes out a notebook and jots that down.
There's only so much. There's only so much. Cicada will take it back with nothing in it. We'll take it back and just kind of slap Beep on the arm with it, like it's less effective.
Many pangs. Blood rushed to the surface, a bruise you have given.
See, it's not. I tried.
That is not the use of the implement. You are meant to put a small projectile in
I'm
the
aware.
seat.
I'm.
Are we mansplaining slingshots right now?
I'm non-binary splaining them.
Okay.
Well, Quinn or Umad, you see one of your companions just start climbing a tree. Anything, or are you holding off until you see some movement?
Yeah, I think once we sort of get the idea that we're being watched, we're gonna stop moving. Maybe like move back toward, like, away from the water, get like some kind of cover, and try and see what Reese is doing. Because I don't think Reese has said anything. They just sort of like jumped on a tree. So
Just tree tags.
I'm a performer. I'm trying to entertain you all and gain information. I'm not going to be
Clearly.
like, and
Are
now
you
I
now?
will climb this tree.
You're a what?
Show don't tell.
She'll scream down, I think I had a memory. Be like, I think I'm supposed to be able to do these things.
A large net, do any of you have, perhaps, so that they might not?
Oh, does that remind Reese that she probably had a net underneath her for things? So that
Probably.
might, oh no.
Um,
She'll like look down and be like,
Fine.
oh, okay, and she'll like hug the tree a little bit tighter. Just trying to keep
Before-
Fine, everything's fine.
Before we get to Reese and what is waiting for you up there,
I knew it was suspicious that you didn't make me roll.
I'm gonna roll D4. One.
Well,
Quinn. This isn't the first time that Reese has gone off on some solo scouting or, some half-pocked adventure. What's a memory that would come to your mind of something reckless that Reese has done?
okay, so right now I'm having the realization that I know Reese from before the forest.
Yep.
And that they somehow continuously just run off and climb things.
Free.
Fantastic. Okay, I think Quinn and Reese were on a recon mission in sort of like I don't know, maybe another there's other cities, maybe
Yeah.
another town, like just
Mhm.
sort of gathering information on like another group, and they get the information that, okay, well, we have to, the people we're looking for are like, they're on like the second or third floor of like this building. Um, and so Quinn is like looking around for like a stairs or like an entrance, and I think he just looks up and Reese is like hanging off the side of the building, just like. And I think the end of the flashback is Quinn just throws his hands up, just like, I don't.
Did I make it to the top though?
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. I didn't. I'm
Made it
not
here.
horribly injured, so.
Well, as this memory hits you, Quinn, we'll jump over to Reese as you poke your head up through the layer of leaves and branches, and you are staring inches away from about a half dozen small furry faces. You'd recognize these creatures, you have that much of a memory. These are very squirrel-like creatures, but they all are armored. They have these small, sharp implements of weapons. Some of them have these tiny crossbows, all just pointed down at you. Do you speak Rift Speak?
Oh, wait.
I only speak trade tongue.
They would
Which
start
is just common.
squeaking out at you. It sounds so aggressive, but yet so cute at the same time.
The worst thing is that right now my first instincts I want is to be like, oh no, like put my hands up, but I'm probably holding onto a tree. So I like grab onto like a branch as much as I can, and I kind of show that my other hand is empty, and like kind of like a sign of peace, like oh. And I'll like start slowly climbing back down and see if they look like they're gonna start chasing me or if they'll like just accept my retreat.
Why don't we go with a masks ability check?
Okay. Ooh, that was a 3. So that's gonna be a hard one to roll. I got a 3. What does that mean? Is that a good thing or
That's good.
it's the exact number?
That's good.
Yes.
They hold off. You see one that looks like you're probably in charge. And kind of like holds out one paw to the rest to hold their fire as they look past you and see the others, and just let you slowly withdraw back down.
I'm apologizing even though I know they don't understand it. I'm like, I'm sorry.
1 second. Having some tech gremlin issues.
Yep.
Yeah, they would start shouting down towards the rest of you, which at that range probably mostly just sounds like squeaks. Do any of you speak Rift Speak?
Beep does,
Beep, you would
I believe.
kind of you'd pick up every word every once in a while. Something about territory, something invaders, something leave now.
I'm sorry.
I think something clicks within Beep hearing this, sort of disjointed, like almost speech to them, and begins to yell back up at them. Forgive, we are many lost. Do not know who, let alone where, we may be or identify with. Direction to larger home?
Why don't you make a masks ability check?
I sure can. It's just 1d10, right?
Yep.
Not 2. That's gonna be a 4 to my 5.
Beautiful. A few of them start a very cautious descent and crawling down, wrapping around the trunk of this massive tree. Till they get to about eye level with you. The one that looks like they're probably in charge has much more ornate armor. There's, uh, like acorn tops, like built into shoulder pauldrons.
Mm-hmm.
And the sword, though tiny, is beautifully forged. It is a very sharp, very deadly implement. That he just looks
Many
at you eye to eye. Where from you?
unknown at the moment, though seem to be working on it. Slowly, that concept returns to us. Caffeinated beverage, perhaps you are aware of location?
Just look at each other. No. Why here?
Woke up, not a thought as to why. Many compliments to Kit, by the way. Much appreciates the carve and craftsmanship.
Are you trying to charm them or just pay a simple compliment?
Beep is just paying a simple compliment.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of bolster with pride a little bit. Won many wars. Earned armor and position.
Yes, many errands you must have. Know any direction we may go, such that big folk like us might find home?
Follow sun. Leave territory.
And I think with that, Beep will look to the ground and find a pebble, just like a nice, simple, smooth one, and offer it to the little fella. Many thanks. Not much, but all payment that can be offered at the moment for guidance.
You take it. Very well. Continue. Stray not from water, not safe.
Much appreciation. And then Beep will turn to Quinn. Follow the sun, they say we must. Do you happen to remember what that is?
Hi. Okay, two things real quick. One, have I just been watching a Beep just like fucking squirrel talk for a little while?
It is a language that you've heard spoken before. It's mostly spoken
Okay.
among mercenaries. But yes, half of the conversation is high pitched squeaks, and then Beep's version, which is much more audible and, understandable if you did speak the language.
Okay. And also, do I know what the sun is?
Yes. Yes.
Am I going the right way?
Hard to tell. You can't really see much past the thick trees.
Beep? Can you
When
ask
I was-
him which way the sun is?
When I was up in the trees, did I get high enough to see a sun?
But you could reclimb them. Again, no roll required.
Uh, uh, if I was just told to go down and then it seemed like Beep was kind of making amends for my mistake by speaking to them. I like, and giving a pebble, it seems like a very like please forgive motion, even if I didn't understand what they were saying. I'm not climbing another tree in this area right now.
Okay.
Beep will turn back to the little guys. Apologies for many questions. Again, scrambled our minds. Perhaps you point us the current location of this sun you speak so fondly of?
One clawed, furry hand just points downriver.
Beep follows the point and points the same direction and turns to Quinn and says, "Many that direction the sun must be."
Quinn has made the correct decision in going downstream and is bolstered. Continue.
I offered them a second pebble on the way out.
You'd hear one squeaked war cry amongst the band of now audibly hundreds probably above you, all chanting out the name of their warband, their army, their faction, their kingdom, whatever it is, the Leaven Blades.
Many warriors tall the Leaven Blades are they not? Very glorious, their carve.
What?
Like be looking up and like realizing how many of them there are, and after having heard Beep like communicating with them, she'll say, "What did I do? I didn't. Did I? Is it okay? Did you fix it? What?
Simply trespassed on private property you have, I am most certain. Their kingdom up there in the clouds where they fight many battle with the tree.
Oh.
Decorated warriors you encountered.
Did you apologize for me too?
Many apologies from all of us for encroaching on their turf. We are but humble travelers who do not know who we are. They were very understanding.
Oh. To the, what were they called again?
The Leaven Blade. Again, many warriors tall. Honorable combatants, they seem.
And she can't tell if that's normal or not, but... Huh.
Reese, in this moment, as you all get ready to venture on once again, this isn't the first time that you've seen Beep use diplomacy to calm a situation. What would be a memory that would come back to you of exactly that?
I think all of a sudden I would be in a similar place where we were talking about the caffeinated beverages, and it would, when you said tavern, it kind of made me think of maybe there being a tavern brawl or a disagreement amongst some fellow tavern goers, because sometimes they're a mixed group of people and sometimes they can clash heads, and I feel like I'll remember Beep bringing people down from almost being ready to be in a fist battle, just talking to them and ending up somehow just sharing a drink with all of them at the same table rather than having anyone fighting, and just realizing how gentle they are with those sort of situations.
And of course, that means that you've known Beep for at least a short while.
Mm-hmm.
But we press on. As you travel, the hours pass by. The tree line starts to get more see-through. The sunlight actually hits you as you're walking. Rays find their way down from the treetops to the floor. See more plant growth as you're traveling too. All of it just looks a little twisted. Flowers look almost like two different kinds of flowers fused together. Or bushes that just form the oddest of angles and grow very strange directions. Everything that this water seems to touch just goes a little bit off. Eventually reach the point where the sun is starting to set. It is starting to get cold, and that howling and chittering starts to return. Would you like to set up camp or press on through the night?
Told to follow the sun, so if the sun is gone, we shouldn't keep going? I think. Although I think we can't really see the sun anyway, but It seems like it wouldn't be a good idea.
I mean,
Might it be that the sun will return? Must we follow the same direction or follow the sun again?
Oh.
could it have been just a direction?
At the current time.
Just a way to point the direct. Because if we follow the sun, right, and then the sun leaves, and then the sun comes back but different.
Behind.
Mm-hmm. Then how do we know?
Hmm.
And also, would we be going backwards? I don't know.
I think Quinn is confident on the downstream path now. Quinn is set on like, look, we follow the weird water, where it's going, and yeah, I think we're gonna, Quinn's gonna suggest setting up camp for the night and maybe sleeping in shifts.
Many thoughts to sleep I did have, not something that seems very easy to come. Perhaps first watch I can take?
Fine by me.
Okay with that, yeah.
Do we have stuff to set up camp?
Reese took the navigation toolkit, which includes a compass, regional maps, small telescope, etc. Do you think that would include things to go on a
Sure. Yeah, I would say that
navigatory adventure?
between all of you, between your various packs, yeah, you'd have the ability to start a fire.
I've got parchment. A parchment and wax could start a fire. I think that'll start a fire, right?
Yeah. Hopefully we wouldn't need it to write anything in the Beep has been
We could
taking
probably
notes at
get
one point, but I think if it would help us start a fire, it'd be good.
I think the fire helps us live long enough to maybe have a reason to take notes at a later date.
Yes, perhaps fire is the ticking. Heat engagement is what requires the clock.
Were you cold?
Not that
I
I'm
have
aware
I have
of.
a
Although in my various pockets and hiding spots, I did find what appeared to be implements with which to cook various organic matters so that we might consume and sustain.
You can cook?
Not that I can recall, but I seem to perhaps be able to possess the ability to do so.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Umad on this one, assuming that Mally's back with us in the Discord.
Yup.
Looks like it.
Umad, I'm gonna leave this up to you. You've seen Beep cook before. Was it a good meal, or was it under par, subpar?
It was an experience, to say the least. So perhaps Beep's palate and my own palate and that of the group might be a little different. It was palatable. It was several steps above edible. Good is entirely too subjective. I imagine Beep found it good.
So Beep is an experimental chef.
Beep is very much a unique creature.
Beep tries very hard.
That extends to their cooking.
Okay.
I think what I'm
perfect.
hearing is Beep collects a lot of things, and sometimes things get cooked that aren't usually cooked.
It doesn't seem like anybody's died about it so far, though.
No.
So,
Yeah.
like,
yeah, it's food.
Yeah, it's all good.
Whatever.
it's edible. So,
My other slight pause would be Cicada pulling out parchments, offering them to start a fire. One of the parchments is rolled up and does have writing on it.
is it? Can I read it? Is it in a language I know?
What languages do you know?
I know the trade tongue, of course, and I know Nullish.
Go back down to the languages.
Right.
Languages. Delish. The high dialect of the dialect of the High Drazagar. You would be able to speak it. It starts off very interesting with My dearest prince, I cannot wait till the moment that I can be in your arms once more. It has been only days, and it goes like this for a while.
What the? Did I write this? Did I? They're like, before they like throw one of the parchments on the fire, they're gonna like sit down and like write a sentence, and then like, is that my handwriting? Oh god, did I write
It is
that?
not your handwriting.
Oh, thank god. Okay. Huh. Was I reading it? So, Is it good? Is it like, is it good?
It insists upon itself pretty heavily.
For sure. Excellent. Cool. Is it, did I? They'll pass it to, probably Reese. She'll be like, did we switch back? Is this yours? Did I get the wrong bag?
She'll like look at it, and then she'll like turn it upside down to see if maybe that makes more sense. And like, what is this? I don't think so. Unless somebody snuck something in my bag. But this doesn't make any sense to me.
It doesn't make much sense to me either, let's be honest.
You can't read it either? I thought
I can read it. I mean, there are words.
What?
That...
Where?
Well, so...
It's very just loopy, like high cursive that just
even Lonnie can't even read cursive that well, so
you don't know what it says, but you can tell that this is pretentious.
Okay. Love it.
Oh,
okay. I don't...
What does it say? Does it seem like it's for you, to you, from you?
I can't imagine it's to me. But I also can't imagine it's from me. But I don't...
Signed with a moniker, is it?
I don't know. Is it signed? Is it signed? Is there a from?
It would take a little bit of digging. It's not signed anywhere, but there are like proper names throughout the document. So if you wanted to like spend a little bit of the evening reading through this mess,
maybe when we're on watch, yeah. But
he signed one Oswald Whistleworth.
Don't think that's me. I can't be certain, but I don't think that's me.
Many joys does that name bring. Whistleworth. Alliterative, very nice.
Uppity.
One cannot claim such name to be uppity if one is not given such choice in such name, no?
Syllables.
I suppose that's fair. It is. It's a lot of syllables. There's a lot to it.
It's
mouthful.
It's a tongue twister, and I can't even read it. So,
I won't burn this one, but only out of curiosity.
Well, you're all setting up camp as the sun fully fades down and you are left again in pitch black darkness. The heat of the fire not only feels warm, but safe. The further from it you get, the more you feel like there's just something waiting for you to step out of the safety of the light. And as we all take a break in-game, why don't we take a break out of game, give everyone a chance to grab a drink, stretch your legs, do what you gotta do, and just as a reminder to everyone in chat, if you did leave a donation, not only do we just absolutely, from the bottom of our hearts, appreciate it, but if you did not leave a email or anything in the donation itself, message me on Twitter or Twitch or Discord or any of the places that you can reach me. Send me your email just so we can make sure that you get your prizes should we draw your name for one of the many giveaways we have today. But yeah, other than that, give us a few minutes. We'll be back and we will continue the second half of this adventure and maybe see a little more about the lives of these explorers. See you soon, everybody. And welcome back. Where we left off, we traveled hours following the sun. And then as it sets, decided to take a breather, set a campfire, and get some rest. With that in mind, who would like to take the first watch?
You
Um,
volunteered.
Yeah, Beep offered to because they are not very tired.
Can we say that we've told each other we have memories of being together?
Yeah,
Is everybody cool
absolutely.
with that? I approach Reese. I'm like, hey, we've definitely met before. I don't know what the deal is, but we're not strangers. I think. Yeah, if everybody's cool with that,
Yeah.
knowing we're a party.
Yeah, it'll be funny though because it'll be one of those things where I don't remember a situation with you specifically yet, but I do remember one with Beep. So it'll be
Yeah.
one of those okay,
It's the
you know
giant
me,
chain.
I don't know
Everybody.
you, but I
Yeah.
know that
Yeah.
person and that person doesn't remember me.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I'm sorry, I immediately forgot. Who said you were taking the first watch?
Beep is.
Beep.
Beep's on first. Do we want two people on watch
Who's on
together?
second? That's up to you.
Perhaps a
Oh.
buddy rotation in order it must be.
Umed will join for first watch.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I guess I will
Fortunate 'cause
pose
we're
this
odd
question.
numbered.
Yeah, so someone's just gonna have a watch alone. I'm sure it's fine.
Did
somebody will have
Is it
double watching,
who?
no
Is
sleep.
it fine?
Or somebody will have two watches and no sleep, and that'll be totally fine and no consequences.
I vote that it's
Two watches I
100%
can.
not Cicada that does the second one because they're the only one that has taken damage so far.
Have you taken damage?
Yes.
I have a medical kit. I can attempt to heal you.
Do you remember
before-
how to be a doctor?
Oh.
This is integral. This is
Fantastic
that I'm
question,
need you.
Cicada. You've seen Quinn doctoring before, patching up wounds.
What?
How good of a job did they do?
Well, the urge to be self-serving and say very is strong. But I think when Cicada saw Quinn be a doctor and do doctor things, I think it was a minute ago, and I think at that point they were probably maybe he was still in training or something like that. So he's probably gotten better. And I don't think he killed the guy. So,
Glowing review.
but it's been a hot minute, I think. I don't think Cicada has any recent any memory that feels more recent than that. But I think they know that they're oh, I've seen him do that before, so I know we can
You won't die, probably.
to an extent. I probably won't die. Hey, Quinn, can you look at this? Just like whatever a plant bite looks like.
Yeah.
A bunch of
Um,
punctured
like-
wounds with like raised flesh around the
Yeah.
puncture points. Yeah, no
I
problem.
imagine they just kind of got like grabbed by the scruff of the neck by this plant and just sort of yacked on.
Yeah, no roll required. You can just tend to your companion's wound, heal that 1 point of damage. But I will jump over to the two that are on watch. It was Quinn and Beep, correct?
Umad and Beep. I
Umad and
believe.
Beep, thank you. Well, we'll start with Beep. As you are sitting there with your watch companion, your mind just kind of wanders until it runs into something familiar. You remember something about Umad. What is it?
Just anything?
Yeah, anything.
Oh boy. Uh. Hmm. I think Beep remembers Umad having like days set aside where he would go and make trades and sell things off that we had gone to acquire together. Stuff that we had been hired to gather for various some odd purposes. While Beep spent more time probably gathering random trash, Umad always had his sights on what we were actually after, and was more than capable of setting those like transactions up.
Umad was almost kind of like a caretaker, like a financier,
Yeah, something like that.
like the fence for the group.
Defense.
Yeah.
Perfect. And I'm going to pose that same question to Umad. What is something that you would remember about Beep?
While Beep wasn't quite as good at getting hold of supplies and necessary, the things that we were actually after, they were exceptional um, at getting information and
Ooh.
getting us pointed in the right direction.
Makes sense.
Often it seemed through just sheer dumb luck they just stumble into like talking to the right person, and sometimes it would just be people just reacting very well to this strangely spoken and
Makes sense. Beep is your face. Your people person gets you into and out of trouble with honeyed words. The two of you are sitting there on your watch, staring out into the darkness, which is so pitch black that it's almost like a wall. As soon as that firelight ends, it is just solid dark. Anything the two of you would like to do?
Not much to very watch, is there? Blackness takes the edge of flame. Hard to predict any exiters from such an angle, yes?
that's why it's best to do more than look. It- Listen, feel. Your sight will betray you in the night. Your ears your skin, your other senses can fill in the blanks.
Any sights I rely on much sound, all I hear is ticking. It makes hard for which to listen for soft noise.
Let's say that in this moment, now that you have time to sit and actually listen, the ticking does seem to be originating from your pack.
Maybe not so. Ticking in my head within my pack, it must be coming. Perhaps not noticed before in the fright of being without myself. And Beep will begin to sift through their pack for this peculiar clock
Yeah.
sound.
You eventually find a small handheld timepiece. It's definitely busted. It doesn't look like it's run properly for quite a while. And yet, you can hear it ticking.
Oh. Much hands and marks this does have for which to count my needs, perhaps? Know you what this may be?
One gloved hand will extend to take the device.
Yeah. Um,
Does this look at all familiar?
would you roll your archive attribute?
Okay. Alright. That is a 4 under 6.
Beautiful. It looks like some kind of magical implement. There's certainly schools of magic that exist. You're almost positive that there are. Unable to maybe name all of them at the moment, but you know that staves, wands, books, all those kinds of things can be magical, so why not a pocket watch?
Much think it should tick not without gears spinning, no?
An ordinary clock, not, but you've stumbled on something quite extraordinary. Strange and mystical, perhaps.
Be that why it tick only for my mind? My sound? Others proclaim
like,
not to
I'm-
hear.
And I'm also not hearing that any sort of ticking,
No.
right?
It's busted.
Perhaps I have to wonder what purpose it serves if it tracks not time.
Perhaps I might see it back so with to fiddle?
And again, gloved hand.
Beep kind of grabs it and holds it out in front of them, and with their more spindly fingers, begin to dig through their pack for maybe tools or items with which they can poke and prod at this watch whilst we watch.
I'm sure you'd have something passable for tools. Why don't we go with an agility attribute check? This is very
Agility.
precise work.
I have an agility of 3. Is it, if it meets it, does it still
Equal
beat
to
it?
or under.
Okay, that's a 3 dead on then.
Beautiful. Yeah, able to get the back latch off, and the mechanics inside look mostly intact. It is charred a little bit, but some tinkering now and maybe a little tinkering as you continue your journey. You should be able to get it up and running again.
Much heat applied to the interior, though intuitive this does feel. The gears turn in sequence with opposite rotational forces. And Beep begins to just mumble to themselves as they begin fishing around in the guts of this watch. And it seems to be completely not paying attention to the surroundings.
All right.
Or fortunately, Umad is more than used to this and is picking up the slack.
Your watch would eventually come to an end. Who's up next?
I got you.
Quinn? Alone or with a partner?
I'm game if you want a second.
Quinn and Cicada.
Cool.
Let's go.
Oh, let's do it. I don't know if anyone here's played High on Life. But
Not yet. It looks really, really good. But I've seen a bunch of videos, but I haven't played it yet.
Enough so that I am familiar with that.
well, Quinn, what is a memory as you are sitting here in the quiet that would come to your mind about Cicada?
I actually don't know a super lot about your build.
Nope.
I don't know.
Neither of you
Uh,
do.
That's fair.
Literally all I know is like dick legs, and they found some
Stick
sort of like
legs.
Well, Cicada, what's your background?
Background is cultist.
There you go.
cultist. All right,
Yee. Take it and run.
fun shit. Okay, hell yeah.
They're just a strange little guy. Just a weird little dude.
It's a weird
Oh.
dude.
Weird little guy.
Um,
You know?
I have one for you if you'd like a suggestion.
Yeah, because all I'm coming up with is they found like smut in their bag.
I
Like,
did already do that.
Not far off, but
Oh no.
you could remember where that letter came from.
Oh, hell yeah.
Where do I get my smut, Quinn?
Who is this admirer of cicadas?
This alliterative admirer.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think we are finding out that this was addressed to Cicada. Or no. It was intercepted. Okay.
Oh.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, I like that
Okay.
better. Okay.
All right.
So previous previous memory, Reese and I were on a fact-finding mission. I think this is continuing on that same sort of vein. We were looking for information about the group. We found out that there was a sort of like I don't know, Romeo Juliet secret love affair bullshit between some of the
Sure.
trade families in the area, and with the help of Cicada, we were able to intercept some of their communications and get a better understanding of the social dynamics of the group we were trying to infiltrate.
So cicada's a sneaky one.
Yeah.
I'm just a little guy. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, Cicada, same question to you, and I also have a suggestion if you don't have anything in mind.
I mean, I'm always down to take suggestions.
This would actually tie into one of Quinn's core memories that was written by someone else.
Ooh.
Cicada, you remember Quinn's love. The person that they have pledged their life to, that is their soulmate. Who is it and what happened to him?
Oh no. Okay. See, okay, I don't know that this is public knowledge.
Well, you apparently are
but
very good at digging up information.
I don't know if I'm the one who digs it up, but I sure find it once it's made its way to the group and make a point of knowing these things. Just like being in everybody's business. But so Quinn is houseborn. Quinn is of one of these sort of big trade families. And I think perhaps the reason that Quinn is with us and not necessarily currently doing fancy noble house trader boy things is that one of the folks involved in this little love affair was publicly betrothed to Quinn. And there was this secret little love affair happening going on in the background that we intercepted. I don't know if Quinn was ready to uncover exactly who all was involved with that. And I don't know how involved Quinn wanted to be with that person. But it was sort of this like public sort of like treaty writing, betrothal, etc., etc. And then some secrets were uncovered that may have not been totally accurate behind closed doors.
You
but maybe
brought all
maybe
this
Quinn
to
actually.
Quinn?
I think at the time, yes. I don't know if I want to bring that up right now.
Well, that would
but-
actually play very well into when your second core character question, which was who in this party would you trust with your life? That answer being Cicada. Which the fact that you two ended up on watch together, total accident.
Total accident. The fact that I literally cut you out of that plant earlier, total accident.
Total accident. We didn't.
Bro.
No one knew what questions were assigned to who. This was
No, not even a
random.
little bit.
Bro, I love this. I love this so much.
Bro.
Just yeah, I
Bro.
mean, as the two of you are sitting there, just small talk, both of you start to remember this chain of events, and you both feel that connection of trust.
Fuck, are we besties? Oh my god.
Bro? Are we bros? Bro. You gotta tell me right now. Say psych right now.
Tell me right now.
Say psych right now.
We just become best friends.
Oh, beautiful.
All right. Anything else the
What
two
are
of you
we?
would like to do on your watch?
I was gonna say laugh about the smut, but I don't think it's that funny anymore. Damn.
I think I
Oh,
want to
well,
kind of make sure that we don't die.
Yeah, no, we should like super make sure that we don't die. It's fine.
Okay.
We're fine. We're fine.
Your watch would come and go peacefully. That just leaves Reese for the third and final watch.
I'll stay. I'll do it. I'll do
I
it.
was gonna say like, yeah, I'll stay up if you
Yeah.
want.
I was trying to make
Who do
sure.
you
I
want,
know
Reese?
Cicada got healed, but I was trying to make sure that like they weren't like suffering disadvantage or anything like that from the wounds they took earlier. Still, so I was like, if I have to be the person that takes last watch alone, that's fine. I'll do it.
Yeah, Quinn, I'll say your first couple ability checks are probably going to be at disadvantage, but maybe the first.
Okay.
Say the first two.
Quinn?
All right. Then, Reese, I'll actually let you take your pick of who you'd like to remember something about.
It's all three of us.
No, it's
Or is
just
it-
you and me, but
it's
you get
just
to
you?
pick someone in
Yeah,
the
you
party
just
to
get to pick
remember.
anyone.
Oh, okay. I was like, because Cicada offered to stay up too, and then I thought all of a sudden it was like, oh, I had the pick of the. Okay.
You decked them back into bed. You're like, no, you're injured. Sleep.
And then I injure them by decking them to the point they pass out. Yeah.
Forcibly
Knock
tucking
them
them into
out.
bed. Just like swaddled them forcefully.
Fucking clean their clock, dude.
It's beef shell.
Oh yeah, one person.
Well,
gets
you're
a clock.
literally cleaning a clock right now.
I was gonna
You're-
say.
Fixing a clock.
Who'd you like to remember
Hmm.
something about?
Oh gosh. Of the entire party?
If it helps, we could roll a d4.
Sure, let's do a challenge.
We'll go Umad, Quinn, Cicada, and then Beep. Beep.
Okay. I'm really remembering Beep.
It's
Beep
always
It's beep o'clock.
It's always been beep.
It doesn't have to be a positive memory
Has
either.
been the whole time.
No,
Beeps all the way.
it's peeps all the way
It's all the
down.
way down.
All right. Well, we've already figured out that that they're diplomatic.
And a
And they're
cook.
good at finding things.
They can almost
Out.
cook.
They can almost cook.
good information broker.
They can make food hot.
Sometimes even if it's supposed to be.
Right?
Wait, why is my cereal like steaming?
I have a
Let's see.
suggestion if you need one.
Okay. Give me a prompt and then I'll go from there.
Perhaps you remember the time when Beep got that watch.
Hmm.
Ooh. Oh. Hmm. I feel like the watch is frozen at a very particular time. Because because the watch was on somebody that I think unfortunately we weren't able to save, or we found after the fact. And when they decided to take the watch, it was almost kind of a reminder of the fact that everyone's time stops eventually. And I almost wonder if that might also be why they're the only one that it's resonated with them so much that maybe they are hearing the ticking sound because they know what the fact that this clock is actually currently frozen at a specific time means.
I'm gonna cry. Stop.
I'm not crying.
Yeah,
You're crying.
you
That's
said it didn't have to be a
fucking
good one, and
insane.
then all of a sudden I was like, oh gosh, well there's a broken
that's-
clock.
That's
And,
not a good one. Absolutely
you know,
not.
Fine. It's fine. I'm fine.
sorry,
I didn't need these years
Jiminy
anyway.
crickets, dude.
It's great.
fine.
It's fine. Kit made my fiance cheat on me, and you're just like killing an NPC.
In NPC,
was
we
a
don't know
business
that we
situation.
don't know who they are. You know, they
Mhm.
could have been a bad guy, and it could have
Could have
still
been,
been
yeah.
a reminder of mortality. You know.
Maybe it was the fiance. We don't know. We don't know.
Oh! What if? Oh no! Did we kill the fiance for Quinn? And then
Did we
and
fail to
then
save
oh,
the fiance?
Is it one big story?
oh my God! It's
Oh,
all coming
no.
together.
Is
It's
it
all
all
coming
coming
Another
together?
chug.
Well, as you and Quinn are sitting there, starting to have these memories of, oh wait, I remember ticking. Oh, the ticking comes from the watch, and then remembering what that watch means. Would the two of you roll your spirit attributes, please?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going at disadvantage, right? Or is that not yet?
Not
Okay.
yet. We have a donation.
Ooh.
Peg with $100. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Peg.
It's amazing. You're supporting an amazing cause. Trevor Project does amazing things for at-risk LGBTQ youth, and their outreach programs are just literally life-saving. So thank you. So what'd you two get?
A 9.
A 10.
Oh boy,
Beautiful.
we are here not seeing.
We're just so depressed. We've learned so
Yeah,
much
see
about our
it?
lives. We're like, oh no.
Well,
Quinn is just finding out that their life is in shambles while they like.
Yeah, the two of you are a little distracted.
Yeah.
I'm gonna change the music
And-
here.
I was gonna say, what comes up while we're distracted, Hoop? Tell us.
Surely something good.
Is it squirrels
Oh.
again?
You know
Absolutely.
what? The squirrels are gonna come and hug us for the diplomatic resolution to the story
They remembered
earlier.
us also.
For sure.
I
And
love
they
the
remembered
lemon
that they love
blade.
us.
Mhm.
Oh, what is? Oh, it's called treason. That's a good start.
Well,
The
so
two of you
Oh, I like
are
that.
sitting there talking,
it's not
unfortunately not paying attention as much as you maybe should be. Small tendrils of darkness have started to creep from shadow to shadow,
What?
stretching along the ground until they get closer and closer to your fire. And both of you catch the movement as it happens, as those tendrils of shadow just reel back and slash at the flames, knocking the logs to the side, causing the fire to die down just a bit. Your fire is your lifeline. If it goes out, bad things happen. So, the first round will just have Quinn and Reese rolling your speed. Would either of you like to make weapon attacks?
Yeah, absolutely.
Roll speed against your weapon.
Oh, shit. One more time. That is.
I think it's a 6 for a
That is-
longsword.
6 for a sword, I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm rolling a d10 trying to get under a 6.
Yep, 6 or under.
Okay. These dice have been fucking me today.
No whammies.
No, 1. We're good.
Yeah!
No whammies!
Reese?
I rolled a 5, which is below my 7, so still good.
Yo, we
Still
out
good.
here.
Whammy free.
Yeah. Both of you
We're
have
distracted,
the
but
opportunity.
we still.
We are in our fields, but we can fight.
Would like
That's
to
when
go
we fight
first?
best.
It's a mood.
I think the 1 should go first. I feel like that's a
Makes sense to me.
worthy roll.
Hell yeah. Okay. So sword is D8. 1d8. I hit the shadow for 4.
For 4 minus armor. And would you roll your agility, please?
Ability. And I'm not rolling with disadvantage yet, right? Not yet. Okay. 1 d10. No, not. Roll. Thank you. Over.
It is going to slash back at you for 1 point of damage.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, you did 4. Half that would be down to 2. 2 points of damage.
Ooh. Okay.
You strike at the shadows, and it reels back, and an arm just manifests out of it, holding an identical blade, and just slashes back at you. Reese.
To be an attack, or could it be something to try to tend to the fire?
Did you roll your speed against your weapon, or just against
Oh,
5?
against my weapon. I did. Okay.
I think if you had rolled just against 5... You remember what you rolled?
I rolled a 5.
Oh, you'd be fine. Yeah, if you like to do something else, that's fine.
Okay. Well, only thing is I don't. Oh, I don't know anything else that I could get within reach right now that I could put on the fire other than my wooden staff, which is my weapon.
We have torches in our bag.
You do, yeah.
But it
Yeah.
takes an action to just get something out of your bag, doesn't it?
I mean, for the action, you say you could, pull off your pack, rummage through it, grab the torch, and just toss it into the campfire.
Yeah, I want to do that because that might potentially help the shadow reel back just naturally too.
Okay. Would you roll a d4, please? This is to heal your
Yeah.
fire.
1 point.
You healed 1 point.
Okay. Could have rolled better on that. All right.
We out here trying, okay?
Yeah.
Slowly catching.
For sure.
Well, the shadows are going to get to go. They want nothing to do with the two of you and are simply going to attack the fire.
Healed it. Rude.
That is 3 points of damage to the fire. It is, if I had to put it into mechanical terms, your fire is bloody.
Uh-oh.
Mm.
Though the
Are
rest
we
of
now
you,
waking the rest of the party? Yeah.
you would all have been awoken now to the sound of fighting, to only see Quinn and Reese, weapons out, just eyes darting around the campsite. We'll do another set of speed rolls. If any of you would like to swing your weapons, you roll against that. Otherwise, it's just a speed of 5 if you want to do something that's not weapon related.
We
I'm
roll
so
again.
excited to try something silly.
Roll every round.
All right. Well, I passed again.
Passed. So Reese is
Point of
before
order.
me.
Can we see the things that are attacking? Or are they just like, it's a shadow?
Yeah, there'd just be shadows in the ground.
Okay,
But Quinn stabbed it, and it worked.
that's true.
So Reese is going before the shadows.
That's a 4 for not my weapon, but
No.
just a plain old action.
Beep is also going before the shadows.
4
stay
under 5.
fours.
So Umad's going before the shadows too.
Yeah, I think we all beat the.
Well, cool.
I
That's
got
easy
4 as
then.
well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who wants to go first?
Shadows, but I'm trying to decide how I would really use my staff to affect this thing.
Do you have magic?
Oh, I do have. I don't have any magic, but I do have a few special effects.
If you need a minute, we can have someone else go.
Yeah, go for it.
If anyone wants to go first.
I have a bit of a silly, goofy idea that might be good to get out of the way first. Bit of a. I'm gonna. I think waking up in the midst of combat, Beep has instinctively reached up to their inhaler mask and turned it so that it clicks into place properly, and is going to reach into whatever memory is left and attempt to cast their one spell as a way to bustle the fire back to life.
What's your spell called?
So, this is why it's a bit goofy, because I'm twisting the word a little bit. The spell is Field of Transforming Rot, and so I am twisting rot as a way of just like the decay of the wood as it burns, and attempting to make the fire burn brighter.
Ooh, yeah, absolutely. So, if you are choosing for minor spell potency, this is anything that could typically be achieved without magic, such as unlocking a door, scaling a surface, creating light. That costs 2d4 drops. Moderate is just beyond what is possible without magic, like throwing bolts of lightning, rapidly healing, creating a force field. That costs 3d6 drops.
Okay. I think I would call that moderate, because I think Beef's goal is don't let the logs burn up faster than they would if they were burning this bright. Just make the fire brighter.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'll.
How many
I'll
drops
roll
do
the-
you have?
I have 24. I rolled 12
Okay.
on my initial.
Well, could also make it major, which is things that are impossible without magic, that breaks the laws of nature. That's 3d4 times 5 drops.
Yeah, Beep's feeling a little silly, I think. Let me...
Silly, goofy mood.
Yeah, Beep's in a silly, goofy mood.
And it's fine if you don't have enough drops. Just whatever drops you don't have just get subtracted from your HP.
Yeah.
No worries. Totally fine and chill.
I think Beep's okay with that. Alright.
So 3d4 times 5, please.
Well, that's not bad. That's 2 1s and a 3, which is 5 times 5 is 25.
How many drops did you
Which-
have?
24.
So your drops just immediately evaporate and inject themselves into your mask as this vapor causing the magic to explode from you, and you do take 1 point of damage.
Ow.
Yeah, describe how you are breaking the laws of nature.
Yeah, you guys watch Beep shoot straight up from their sleep. The watch is like fastened to their wrist. They reach up to their inhaler mask. It clicks into place, and you watch the vial on their waist drain completely as the fire roars up. The logs don't seem to be burning any faster, but the fire does appear to be much brighter. As this shadow attempts to conquer it.
I am not only going to completely refill the fire's health, but also, would you roll 6d6, please?
Jesus Christ.
What?
Yeah.
That's how much
I
damage.
guess-
Sorry, 3d6.
Oh, okay. Well, that's much more reasonable.
That's how much damage a major spell effect does.
It's a bunch.
Can we keep it seated
Uh,
at 66 though?
That's
what you said first.
Like for fun and profit.
Shoot, I'm not good at math. That's 6, 4, 10 total
And
on the damage.
oof,
It's in a silly, goofy mood.
Beep's in a silly, goofy mood.
Let's be bad.
the
Let's do it.
shadows
That's too
are
bad.
barely hanging on. They're trying to retract out of this sudden explosion of light and heat and fire, which all of you are probably taking a moment to shade yourselves from. You have them on the back foot. Who'd like to go? Umad.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
So, Umad is thinking along the same lines as their more mystically inclined companion. But they are doing so in a much more mundane fashion. So they're going to take one of the torches that they have, stick it into this magically intensified fire, and begin to use that torch to kind of push back against the darkness. I don't know if you want to call that an attack or an attribute or survival or something. But
I'd say that you could just kind of ride off of that magical explosion, and we'll call it 2d4 damage.
All right, cool. There's a 4 and another 4. 8.
That is a critical hit that ignores armor. Oof. The
So
entire, half of that campsite where the shadow arms were still reaching in, you have just burned them away. There's nothing left but shadowy dust where they were. Who's up? This encounter
Okay,
is
so you
going very
said that
poorly.
you said this shadow is on the back foot.
Yes, they are trying to retreat.
Would you say that this a creature isn't aware of me if they are retreating?
It's very much aware of you.
Okay. No, I'll just do a regular attack then.
Yeah. D10. D8.
D8, yeah. That's a crit.
Yeah.
How would you like to finish the shadows?
I just kill shit. I just kill shit. Yeah, no, I think it's kind of weird to attack a shadow with a sword. But yeah, essentially like go to like past the bags or the cots wherever we were sleeping and just like follow the line of camp with just slashes to just beat them back from our area.
Yeah, absolutely. Cicada, as you are getting up, and Reese, as you were starting to formulate a plan, there's that explosion of flame, and then your allies just charge the shadows and cut them up. Seems like, for the moment, you're safe.
Good morning?
Many imaginings that your combat prowess was so not dissatisfactory as watching shadows be beat back. Quite entertaining it was.
I probably should have done something though.
Yeah.
The two of you just woke up and just well, Quinn was with me the entire time, but the other two just woke up and three of you just solved everything. I kind of just stood by.
Very yes,
Good
not
job.
sure what that was.
I didn't know how to fight it. I will say.
I'm not even
Um,
certain what it was, to be quite honest.
Many
So-
incorporeal shadow, not straightforward. A combat must be for simply physical weapon.
Must be why people are afraid of the dark.
Beep is very clearly smoking. Not just like from the heat, but like in internal like embers that are burning and causing like sweat or oil or something just to pour off of them.
We
Are they
resolved
on
that.
fire at all? Or are
Didn't-
they just
A
hot?
little hurt.
I pour my water skin on them.
No.
Very wet, you must deduce to me? For why?
Well, we were talking about wanting to get clean earlier, and then it seemed as though you
Not
were
I,
smoking a
wet
little
the one
bit.
who was in the goop.
Cicada just grabs Beep's hand and holds it out so that they can look at it, and I imagine it may still be steaming.
Oh yeah. And you can even
It's
see like cracks just under the surface of the skin, like little like lava veins that you would see in the ground.
I let go. How?
Much conceptualization. Surely this happens to you instead, as well?
What?
I
No,
look at like the veins in
No.
my arm, and I'm like, no,
I don't think so, Beep.
mine look blue, not red, and not burning.
One such as myself distinctly remembers veins burning, such as mine, as often as they do. Must be others, no?
Well, hello. I'm sorry your veins burn, but that doesn't sound.
Are you good?
Hmm.
Good, you mean by what exactly?
Hurt?
Hurt. Oh, most certainly. Veins not supposed to burn, they're not. Mostly akin to emptying of the waste vial, methinks.
Quinn, can you do you do this kind of healing? Can
All I have is a healing toolkit, and may I note, I am also bleeding.
Well, shoot.
Take care of oneself, Quinn must. Bleeding far more concerning than burning of the veins.
Is it?
No,
Is it?
no, it's not.
Such as
but
so,
at least
my
we
blood
know
is
how
within.
to fight. At least we know how to resolve the bleeding thing.
Is it?
Such as so. Once again, blood remains in the veins, simply burns warmer than usual. Quinn's blood is not in Quinn's veins, therefore must be dealt with
Okay.
most post-haste.
I guess. Okay, I don't think any of this is how it should be, as far as bodies do.
Much time as to recuperate and refill this vial so that I might not burn as bright the next time.
You gotta find more of it. They say, and
Indeed, it
then
was
blink
consumed in
as
the
if,
time.
where did that come from?
Much
Do you
understanding you are gaining of my speech?
No, you gotta find and they pull out their inhaler that looks much different, but like clearly serves the same purpose. Like, no, you gotta find
Oh, a
more of
collector of the liquid
it
you
to
are
do
as
the
well.
don't call it that.
Call what?
Mm,
The liquid as such what allowed me to brighten the flame?
okay.
Liquid for this the same thing as what we rolled, so we had four, like, we were supposed to roll at the beginning? Or is that currency? Or
Yeah,
is
yes.
currency and these drops the same thing?
I believe so, yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
drops are money and also magic fuel.
Okay.
Annie Banani, thank you for the villain point.
Oh
Can
no.
we stop?
How
No, we
dare.
we haven't used our
You
fate
have
point,
it.
right?
You have
I
it.
would like you
Okay.
to consider the consequences of your actions.
I'm gonna save it.
I don't like the sounds of
See,
that.
when I use it
So-
immediately, you give me that look. When I save it, you give me that look. It just can't win.
Because it's literally called a villain point, Hoop.
So
Yeah.
Flux, we should-
while these three are discussing the merits of veins and whether or not they should or should not burn, Omad is just quietly going to pull out their own healer's kit and begin tending to Quinn.
I didn't know it did that.
Would you
Wow, much
roll an
experience.
archive roll, please? Because that's what she used to heal, apparently.
Well,
Mhm.
it is, but would you allow me to forego the roll because of my talent for healing?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh.
So, I'm gonna go ahead and roll that d6. So d6 plus 2
I think Quinn's only
uh,
missing 2.
gets you.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
yeah.
I overheal him for 4.
Umad, this isn't the first time that you've had to patch Quinn up. What was another time that you're remembering that you had to tend to deep wounds that Quinn had received?
Gwyn is quite good at what they do, and that being, the use of their blade. But unfortunately, when one engages in the violence, one is subject to the violence. And that tends to leave one broken, battered, bloodied, and bruised. So, after one such entanglement, Quinn came out on top, but it was very much a case of you should see the other guy.
Would you say that you remember Quinn being not hot-tempered, but dive into action first, question later?
Very much so. Quinn is a creature of action first, words maybe.
And if I could even add just a little caveat, especially when it involves Quinn's friends.
Correct.
Or even, especially, Cicada.
Oh.
In fact, I believe that this particular occasion where they did end up particularly worse for wear was when they were rising to the defense of everyone's favorite little guy.
Who apparently is just a troublemaker.
I'm just a little
Just a little
guy.
guy.
See, this is what happens when you take a bunch of creative people, you say, don't make any kind of character backstory, just build a bare bones character, and we just dive into a story. We get this.
You get 8 little guys.
Mhm.
There's only 5 of us, but somehow there's 8 little guys.
There are. Well, you gotta count the
Truly.
squirrels. You gotta count the squirrels.
Oh,
You
yeah,
cannot
yeah.
forget the
We
squirrels.
recruit
Yeah.
3 of the squirrels at the end of the day.
Hundreds of little guys.
Mhm.
Hundreds upon
Well,
thousands.
A little guy army.
The,
We're just in a
Oh.
silly, goofy mood.
the sun would start its rise. It not in the place you would imagine from, because if it went down in the direction you were headed, it should be rising behind you. It's rising in front of you.
What?
Bro, what the fuck?
girl, are you sure?
Uh,
Did we get turned around in the
Lollygaggers.
night?
Thank you so much for the raid. We're playing a game called the Electrum Archive. It is a fairly rules-light fantasy role-playing game, and we decided to tack on some extra difficulty by having all of us with amnesia, and we are building the characters as we're going, with everyone
Who are-
remembering things about each other.
Who am I? Who is you? We don't
Yeah.
know.
Who am I? Who are you people?
This game
Why is the sun
absolutely
rising in the
slaps.
same direction it's set in? That's the one thing
Yeah,
that actually
I-
doesn't
so-
make
It-
sense.
Oh,
I think we
many
got
thoughts
turned
as to
around.
why the direction of the sun was said so, as it has not changed whatsoever.
Real
Is
quick, I did just want to put this out for all of our new viewers that we are supporting the Trevor project. We're with our charity stream all the way up until the 23rd or 26th, I believe. Every cent donated goes to them. You can donate through our QR code at the bottom right of the screen, or one of the mods will throw the link to our donation page. But for every $10 you donate, you do get added to a drawing at the end of the stream to win. We have like 5 different PDF codes for a whole bunch of good games that we're just giving away. So if you want to support a great cause, obviously don't put yourself in any kind of financial bind, but if you can donate, Trevor Project does amazing things for at-risk LGBTQ youth, and they're just generally an amazing organization. But thank you for the raid so much. All right, back to the fact that the sun just rose from the same place that it set.
Is it
Fascinating.
supposed to do that?
Did Beep have a theory about why the sun was setting in the same direction as it
Well, this
rose, or just
No.
that's why it was told that we
Me-
should go in the
me
direction?
always
thinks
follow
that
the
is-
sun.
Sun, yeah.
They did say to follow it.
Well,
If it rose from behind you, you'd have to go back the way you came.
That's what I was saying last night.
So downstream, perhaps, as just follow the sun is in the direction coincidentally.
Is the sun supposed to do that? That feels bad, but I don't know.
I think Quinn is just done. Quinn is just like, okay, the sun's coming up where it went away. Downstream has been the move. We're just gonna pack up and keep going.
I mean, yeah, for sure, keep going, but like, this is weird, right?
Quinn is also like running on almost no sleep, and also just got like super blasted with flavor blasted with healing. So like, I
Taste
think
the
Quinn's in a
colors.
mood.
Quit's on like 3 5-hour energies and no sleep. Like,
and he's leading us.
yeah,
Just to
well,
be clear.
that-
Just to be clear.
15 feet out in front, not looking like just what?
Cicada's gonna pull up right behind him. Like, I'm not letting you out of. Oh God, I feel like he does this sometimes.
Many thinks as to weird is what we do best with regards to weird being the sun where it is.
Well,
Waking up with
With-
amnesia, that's another weird thing, I think.
Yeah.
with the 2 of you in the lead, no roll required here, but the more you're walking, the more you are getting out of the forest. It seems to be thinning quickly. You even notice that trees have been shorn. That's it. I was gonna get there eventually. And there's even signs of tracks of trails the more you travel, the more you start to see tools. And then, very faint at first, but eventually you'd all hear it, the sound of combat, of spells being thrown, of blades slamming against shields. Hard to tell exactly where it's coming from, but it seems you're headed in the right direction.
That's the right direction.
Is it like squirrel combat?
Not
Tail-
it's larger.
I have to ask. As far as I know, the only warriors in existence are shadows and squirrels. So
Call themselves Lady Blades. They did very
that is
combative.
true. Thank you.
I think while they're walking towards the combat, Beep is stopping to like pick small tools up. If they find like arrowheads, they're putting them into a little pouch.
Sure.
They're tucking like any if they find like a blade or just like a long stick, they're kind of just slinging it over their shoulder.
Sure. Anyone else? Or is it just heading towards the sound?
I think in between the times when Beep is like going a little bit off to like go grab something, I think Reese would ask, "Is this still the territory that I should be avoiding, or can I climb the trees here? Do you know?" And she'll like kind
You-
of have a moment where she just like looks off to see if she can like hear the squirrels.
You, at this point in the forest, whether because they were pushed back by whoever was cutting down the forest, or maybe you're out of their territory, either way, you're not seeing any signs of the leaf and blades.
I'm gonna try to climb a tree again.
Yeah.
And see what's coming up ahead.
Absolutely.
So, and
It's
yeah.
still a ways off. You are witnessing a epic battle. It's still too distant to make out very many details of who's actually fighting who, but you do see spells just being slung across the battlefield. There are just dozens of slain combatants. And it looks like one side is slowly but handedly winning. They're starting to encircle and wear down the few survivors that are fighting an entire army, it looks like.
Does it look like are there specific colors or any like distinctive factors that are being worn or flown or anything like that from either side, so maybe we know I can like distinguish who's fighting?
I'll leave it
If
up
I'm
to
too
you.
far away. Okay.
I'd say that you would probably recognize some colors, and I would even give you the opportunity to say where you recognize it from.
Well, again, at this point I keep thinking about the fact that there's a tavern that we all probably have been to at least once or twice. And I'm probably remembering that along the way we've probably had a situation with at least one of the colors, if not both. But just even if it's just one person after a weary day kind of coming in to talk about their troubles, I think maybe we might have had maybe there might have been a conversation had between us and somebody wearing a color that I see on the battlefield.
Absolutely. Which is funny, because your second character question was, where do you feel most at home? Which is at your favorite tavern or bar.
Nailed it!
No one knew the answer to these questions going into this, but somehow we're acing it.
Much
We're walking
intuition
right
we
into 'em.
possess.
Proud of
but
us.
yeah,
Killing it.
yeah, you recognize these colors. You know these forces. Maybe not everything about them, but you recognize them.
And in this flashback, is this something where I would be able to say that we might have all been there, or is
Absolutely,
that
yeah.
something where maybe okay? I kind of like scurry back down the tree. This time a little bit more like nimbly and more so like not trying to just like slowly, regretfully retreat from a territory I was encroaching on, but instead kind of just like, oh, I found something kind of thing. And at the bottom of the tree, I kind of turn to everybody and say, we've seen the guys that are fighting. We've like the people that are fighting up ahead. We've seen them. They're this color and this color. If you have any specific colors in mind or whatever, but like, or distinguishing marks or something like that, but
I'm sure Reese just goes into just intrinsic detail.
remember that guy that was named, oh my gosh, what was his name? Skit. His name was Skit, and we were just like talking to them at the bar, and he was telling all these like valiant, like, war stories and all this sort of stuff. Think he's on the winning side or the losing side. I know one of them was really being pushed back, but then all of a sudden all the clashing like just made it a lot. But we know that we know the people up ahead. They're not in the
them.
I mean, Skit wasn't that bad. He was you know, he was chatting and telling stories and laughing, and he might have been a little drunk, but you know, he wasn't horrible. But I don't.
Do we like the other guys?
And I have a politics talent.
Ooh.
Can I use
Okay.
that as like a check to try and like figure out if we should care
Yes,
who
please.
wins?
Yeah.
Take it away.
How would I
I'm gonna
do
give it
that?
to you.
I would say that's a slight alteration. You wouldn't really recognize any of the forces that were getting surrounded. There were just too many bodies. It's the forces that seem to be winning that you were recognizing. I wouldn't even have Quinn roll. I think you would just know that this is one of the more noble, more conquesty families. More mercenary than traders, and seem to maybe be in some kind of territorial dispute.
Okay. So the guys who are winning like fighting.
Yes.
And we are more familiar with them than the losing team. Maybe we approach, but cautiously.
Much luck, friends of the winning side we be.
Yeah.
Are we able to distract someone in the middle of a battle? Can we just like try to catch their attention and be like, psst, over here? Is that an option?
Hey, guy. Do
Hey,
you know me?
I mean-
Rude.
I could throw a note at someone
Yeah,
my-
yeah.
with my little slingshot. Could
Here,
write
let
a
me
note
chop this
and
guy's
roll it
head
up
off and then
really
read a
small.
letter.
And then what? It doesn't have to be long. I'm not gonna write a love letter to this man.
Perhaps
Just
the note
like
you
an
found in
easy
you
your
have
hey,
you have
look
the
at the
format
tree.
of how to write
I'm
write
not
one
gonna
if
do
you'd
that.
like.
You would
Reese,
all
no.
hear at this point just this thunderous crack and then a pop.
Ah,
And it sounds like
yeah,
the
short and sweet.
fighting has come to a very abrupt stop.
peeking out from behind the trees.
No more
That's-
fighting. Good, perhaps?
Well, it depends.
So
Quinn
quickly.
rolls up. He knows somebody in the fight. The fighting stopped. Quinn's gonna just show up and be like, "Hey,
But no.
what are we doing, guys?"
Many
Quit.
bolsters Quinn has to rush into a combat field that is abruptly ended.
God dang it! And then Cicada just runs after him.
Beep
let him go out there
follows. Beep
alone.
wants this stuff.
A
Can't let him go out there alone.
a soldier on horseback, like adorned with a banner, dressed in absolute noble finery, looks over at all of you, seems to be barking orders to everyone, and they start reforming the lines. They've taken casualties. What was probably a small battalion of dozens of mercenaries is down to maybe 15. but still they form up best they can, and when you get within conversing distance, shouts out, "More of you, really? Is there no end?"
Or of
Us?
who?
Influence. No, we're friends.
Unfortunately, he knows for a fact that you are not friends. Or
Bro!
at least seems to
But
have it in his mind that he knows you are not friends.
oh, I have a
Oh
very bad
no.
idea. Can I see who the casualties on the ground are?
There aren't any. That small
Hmm.
force that they were fighting, there's no sign of them.
Mm-hmm. I don't like that.
So there's no loose stuff on the ground.
There's a place on the ground where there is just charred earth, but that's it.
Many memories lost, fivefold to the memories we lost, perhaps. No remains? No preservation?
At least we've been regaining our memories slowly.
They
Those
will
are
not
lost
get to
for good.
remember again.
So, I have a talent that I don't necessarily know how to use, but I'm going to make an argument. I have a talent about spirits,
Okay.
and a bunch of people have just died here, allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way to like get a read on like, are there, Coop, are there ghosts? Is there any sort of like spiritual vibe that people have died here? Because we
I mean,
saw them
yeah,
fighting, but
plenty of people have died.
Um,
mm,
Beep will tug on Reese's like sleeve from whatever I don't know the rough stature estimation. But Beep is tugging on Reese's sleeve like a kid.
Yeah.
Um, Many alarms sound, many memories no longer ticking, but the ticking grows more intense yet. Watch not repaired. Um, no more memories to remember. No more ticking to be had for them. Why still so loud?
You'll see Reese look conflicted for a second, and then in a way that's like kind of slow at first, but afterwards almost a little bit like stronger as she's talking. I think I remember the watch. I think the watch was from someone we couldn't save, and you kept the watch as a memory to make sure that you remembered the situation and remembered everything that was happening, and kind of had that physical point, that the time that's stuck on there is important. And right now I think it's a reminder to you and all of us that we need to try to make sure that everyone else still has memories that they can create and remember and move forward with. And
But
I'm sorry if the ticking was that. I didn't realize that it just came back recently. I didn't realize it was something so bad.
ticking louder now. They did not leave behind stuff with which their memories can be retained for their people. Beep will turn to the man on the horse. Why then do you disrupt the remembering of these men who have disappeared? So, what what gain have you from completely ensuring that they are not anchored?
You speak in these tongues at me. Quinn, will you not face me in honorable combat? Yet again. I grow tired of this game. Quinn, I'll give you the
again.
opportunity at the moment. You're remembering this individual. Someone that you have wronged deeply. What did you do?
Okay, so.
Hear me out.
He already knows. He's like, listen.
Listen.
Sorry.
um, all right, so I am houseborn.
Mm-hmm.
We're coming across maybe as fallen houseborn. I sort of dipped and went more towards the independent route. Maybe working toward with this group towards our own personal um uh goals. I think this was maybe another candidate for the position, or like someone I had to take someone who lost status because I dipped.
Absolutely.
Like there's okay, Quinn is up next, and then this guy was supposed to be my advisor or taking care of me or something, and I just disappeared one day with some little guys, and then this guy had to answer for that.
Yeah. You would see him dismount off the horse, draw the blade, look towards the remaining forces. Take care of them. Quinn is mine. We're gonna go some speed rolls here.
I think he's ours.
If
Claims
you're using
to Quinn there
a,
seem to be.
if you're using a weapon, roll speed against your weapon.
Would you say that this creature is aware of me?
Very much so, and has challenged you to
I
honorable combat.
Does he know me?
He is in fact going to use one of his abilities, and he is going to
Hoop,
choose.
I just picked the wrong abilities. Hoop, I just picked the wrong ones.
He's going to choose Quinn. Quinn, you automatically fail your speed roll. You were going after him.
That's fine. I had
Ooh.
disadvantage anyway, so that's one of my disadvantage gone.
I
we
rolled
let
a
you be
2
the one to
under
sleep?
5.
Why did we let you be the one that stayed up late? Oh no.
So
We didn't
Beep
know
How
this
is
could
was
we
going
know?
gonna
to
How
happen.
could we know? We couldn't
we-
know.
Could we use the fate point to have said that somebody else did 2 watches?
You can spend that fate point
No.
to cure the exhaustion.
To cure the exhaustion.
Okay,
Either-
so no disadvantage?
No disadvantage.
But either way, he's forcing a fail on the first roll, right?
On the first,
No, you
first...
aren't rolling. You just automatically go after him.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
okay.
So
So
you-
I, it's
Just
like
in
compel
turn
duel.
order.
Yes.
I don't get a choice in something else. Oh, well, let's go to fight him anyway. That's fine.
Yeah, you could spend the fate point to remove the exhaustion.
So that would help with casting things though, right?
The fate point could also
Or-
be used to help
Quinn doesn't
cast.
cast, does he?
No. Let's.
That's right. That's right.
We're all good now. Let's wait. Let's
Let's do it.
pull the-
Maybe we'll need to use it against something that he knows.
Okay.
yeah. Let's
Alright,
wait to pull
okay.
the ripcord.
So Beep is
All right,
going
so-
before.
Hell yeah.
Quinn is
I am
going
need
after.
to roll
definitely
my
going
speed. I'm
after.
sorry.
Quinn, you're automatically you're just going after him. Whenever he
Okay,
goes,
just-
you get to
okay.
go immediately after.
Okay.
Cicada,
I
you're
rolled a
going before.
9.
It's got a good old fashioned 5.
5. Cicada is before. And Reese is after.
Mm-hmm.
Umad?
I'm actually not really sure what I would be doing here.
If you
Are we just not doing honorable combat, or?
if you would like to break up that honorable combat, you certainly can.
Well,
Okay.
are the guys are like the people behind the main opposer trying, like, they were told to go for us,
They're
right?
actively trying to kill you.
Yes. So
Gotcha.
protect yourself, attack the people that are trying to attack you.
Okay, I missed
Yeah,
that part.
we don't need to interact with the duel, the one-on-one, but
Unless.
We
I mean,
No
eventually we
problems.
will. We will. Just you know.
Yeah, I think I will attack with my walking stick.
So roll your speed against your walking stick.
Let's see. Staff is what, a 7. All right. That is a 10 over 7.
So you are going after. Well, Beep and Cicada, the two of you get to act first as there's a small just row of swordsmen that have their shields out, and behind them you can see bowmen starting to take aim.
Oh, I don't like that at all.
Many digits to being outnumbered we have.
Oh
That
God.
that little circle on the ground that was left behind where there's nothing left.
Mhm.
Is that magical in nature? Does that seem to be
Very.
what happened to me when I used the ink?
Not exactly, because you didn't explode,
Right.
but it does seem magical.
Okay. Cicada, if you want to go first, you can, but I do have an idea of roughly what I'm after, I think.
For sure. For sure. I think Cicada sees this big ol' jerk going after Quinn and is like, not on my watch. Not even a little bit. I would like to cast a spell.
Yeah!
And I would like I believe this would fall somewhere under moderate for what I'm wanting to do. So my spell name that I rolled is Piercing Pain. And I would like to basically just like two hands slam on the ground and all of like these little rocks that might fit in a sling at some point. Just like up and just shoot at
Yeah,
the people. Just basically out in a circle from us. Like
absolutely.
just hail.
It is
At these
3d6 drops.
3d6.
How many do you have?
I have 22.
Okay, so you can't possibly go over.
I think I'll be fine, right?
Yeah.
So that is a 9.
Yeah, so you subtract 9 drops, and that
Cool.
does 2d4 damage.
To
So basically,
a bunch of people.
all of the shieldmen that are caught in the blast, the archers are using their own allies for cover, but all of the shieldmen
That's
are
fair.
caught.
Is the big jerk man? Is he up front enough to get hit in the brunt of this,
Absolutely.
or? Yeah, that is the goal. Okay, well that's a 1. Well, okay, all right. So that was 2 1s. So not great damage, but it did hit a bunch of people. So I stand by that.
He's just, yeah, it just bounces off his armor. The swordsmen, they are going to take some damage, but
Okay. Well, I tried.
only a little. But yes, still, just all of them are now, even though they were starting to advance, they've all kind of now held back to shield against the rocks. Beep.
Okay. So I've got two things that I can probably justify fitting into this turn. One is I've got a special talent for stealth. So I'd like to drop into that sort of what I'm going to call Beep's little creature mode, where they are unassumedly scrambling around. And then the second is their warlock ability. Once per day, they can use ink sense.
Ooh.
And is going to attempt to locate a source of ink within the back armies for them to go and snag.
Really think the only one that you get would be from the leader.
Okay. Then if I can reasonably do that without under the cover of like Cicada casting a spell, maybe go and snag.
Why don't we go with the masks roll?
Oh boy. I got a 50-50 shot on that one. That's a perfect 1.
Go.
Just get up under the cover of this spell, using still that now starting to settle dust to cover yourself. Roll 2d10.
Little guy hours for the win.
Hold on, there it is. Ooh, that's a 6 and a 9
15.
for 15 drops.
Heck yeah.
And Beep will hook that up to their
Sorry.
inhaler.
30 drops, because it's
Oh,
it's 2d10
that's-
times 2 when you do character creation, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Or it's
yeah.
2d8 times 2.
2d, so, yeah, okay, that's fine.
Okay. So
But yeah,
Supposed to
you
multiply
swipe
it
a
by
whole
2?
vial of it.
yeah.
We were supposed to multiply it by 2 because I totally
yes.
missed that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's what
multiply
I was about to say. I only had like 7 drops from the start. Somebody else, I messed up somewhere. Like,
Okay. That will fuel Beep's next action.
Alright. Well, the army is gonna go. The swordsmen aren't anywhere close enough as they had to shield themselves, so it's just going to be the longbowmen. They, of course, are gonna go for the caster. So, Cicada, you see a few of
That's
them
fine.
just take aim around the shield and just loose their arrows.
Ah,
10, that's a critical hit.
I mean, I guess, yeah.
That ignores armor.
So yeah.
So,
Yeah.
we get to see this part of the game.
Cool.
When you hit 0 hit
Great.
points,
Oh,
You-
Which I have twice over.
you are on death's door and you must roll a d6.
Cool.
Whatever you roll, keep it private and just send it to me. On a 1,
Okay.
2, or a 3, you die. On a 4, 5, or 6, you simply fall unconscious and are dying.
Okay. I can do that. Don't add anything to it. It's just straight d6.
Just a d6.
Okay.
Alright.
Oh God.
Other half, since the swordsmen
I don't-
don't get a swing, they're just going to take a shot out at, they can't see Beep. Beep is too stealthy. It's either Umad or Reese. Umad and Reese, who wants even and who wants odd?
Even.
Even. That's 4. Umad, that's 6 points of damage.
Okay, that hurts.
You see Cicada get done casting the spell, a little exhausted from the effort, and then just gets filled with 3 arrows and drops. Some of them continue soaring past into Umad, who managed to stay on their feet for the moment. And then we will get to a Delric Redenmere, the Knight of House Redenmere, who is simply going to pull out 2 short swords, foregoing the shield because you don't need it in honorable combat, and is just going to start taking swings at you. Review. There's rules for 2 weapons.
If dual wielding a set of weapons, use the lowest speed among them, but roll damage for both and choose which to keep.
Yeah, fancy sword too.
I think I messed up making my, because I only have 6 HP, and that doesn't sound right.
No, that's about whatever everyone else
Only
is
have
saying.
5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
have
cool.
6 as well as my max.
All right. Cool. We'll
Yeah.
Oh,
see
it's
how
a
this
d6
shakes
either
out.
way. First one's a
Which
2.
is why
Second one's a 6. That's 6 damage that ignores armor.
Cool. So I'm at 0. I roll a d6.
A
Yeah.
d6 and send me your result.
And then,
we are. You can't TPK us now.
Unless.
Is this figure
And he's got a villain point.
No.
this figure
No.
and Quinn just lock in combat, and he shields himself from the rocks and just takes that moment, not at all noticing Beep, to just slip a dagger out in the offhand as Quinn just takes a moment to look back at you and just drives the blade up. And Quinn drops. Umad, Reese. What would you like to do?
So Umad sees Quinn drop and sees
You cicada
Beep,
drop.
sees Cicada drop, sees Beep entirely too close to the guy who just dropped Quinn, and is going to two-hand that walking stick and attempt to put the hurt on this dude. Now that we don't have to worry too much about honorable
Absolutely.
combat.
As the blade just gets yanked out of Quinn's back and drops to the ground, you're immediately there to go in for that two-handed strike, trying to catch him off guard.
Alright, so that's 2d4.
If you can roll another 8, you'll ignore his armor.
Alright, that's a 4 and another 4.
Absolutely.
Yo.
Big.
Burning right through that armor. Just crack him straight across the
Baseball
face.
swing.
Now bleeding profusely, that is just dripping down onto the armor. Looks at you with pure hatred. Reese.
Can I talk and be doing something?
absolutely.
Or with that? Okay. So Beep is currently unable to be seen, right?
I think
By us or
you could probably see.
I was
Okay.
gonna say, I think Beep's friends know where Beep is.
Okay.
His friends are used to
they
this.
are they close enough to me? Or like are they close to me or are they further away? They started moving, right?
Within the same zone, so you
Okay.
wouldn't have to move to get to them.
I very hurriedly say in the direction of Beep, will the Leaven Warriors help us? And then she's gonna use an action called Cleave, where instead of making a normal attack, you may spend a grit to make a single attack hitting up to 4 enemies you share a zone with. This attack deals only half damage, but still ignores armor and critical hit.
Absolutely.
So, let me get back. Oh no. I lost the thing with the staff. All right. It is
Are
either
you one-handing it too?
I think I have to two-hand it because I think I
yeah.
want to do like a whoosh whoosh and like see what I can kind of hit with
Heck yeah.
that.
And that's 2d4.
Cool. All right. So, it'll deal half damage, but it can hit up to 4 people. I don't know if I kind of like do like a kind of motion. How many people could I potentially hit on horseback?
There was only one on horseback, and he dismounted.
Oh,
But
okay.
You could absolutely cleave through the rest of the shieldmen.
I definitely misunderstood that. I thought that they were all on horses, and okay, cool. So, I have a very small place to roll my dice, so sometimes they just fall off the table. Okay, so 2 3s, which is a 6, which is a 3, but to 4 people.
Yeah. That's enough to at least bloody them, and they had started to advance onto your fallen comrades, and now you are physically pushing back a regiment of soldiers alone.
Okay.
All
And
right.
yeah, I'm like just imagining a swarm of squirrel army, like just a squirrel army coming out to protect us. And I'm kind of low-key hoping that'll happen, but I can't speak their language and I encroach on their territory anyway, so
Well,
we'll see.
at the top of the round, as two of your companions lie dead or dying.
Tell everybody I'm dead.
Beep. You know Reese was saying something, but that ticking is so deafeningly loud that I had no idea what she actually said.
Seeing that two of these compatriots that Beep has spent their last day with have fallen, and they're not well enough to medicine to know whether or not they are alive, Beep is going to stand before this gentleman who postured so arrogantly before my friend, and is going to attempt to use their 30 drops to absolutely maximize the radius of their spell to hit their platoon and this sword fellow, and see if he can't pump that back into his friends.
Yeah. Are you going for a mythic spell?
Yes, I was thinking about whether there's a smart way to do this, and I don't think that Beep is doing this the smart way. I think Beep is literally just trying to steal from these guys and give back to his friends.
Oh no.
So that's
I-
4d4 times 15.
That's so much.
As long as it saves their friends.
No!
Okay, go for it.
I'm gonna cry!
Stop it!
Okay, that's not... So that's a 1, a 1, a 2, and a 3. Which
That's-
puts me at 7.
Which
Times
is
15.
Times
times
15.
15.
Yes.
That's
times
105.
105 drops.
Y'all,
So they are putting everything into this.
do we have that between the 5 of us?
Nope.
28.
I mean, if you'll allow
Yeah,
me to
I-
yada
I'm
yada
not a-
their ink,
Could
I'll take
I mean,
it.
I'm not
but
using
I
it.
think Beep has accepted the consequence of such a thing.
Yeah, no, I mean, I honestly, I was thinking about this earlier and then I forgot to say it, which is definitely my fault. But I'm not a spellcaster. Right now we're not really buying anything, so I was thinking about trying to hand off the drops to somebody who could use it,
It's okay.
but
Based on the numbers I've heard so far, by the most generous estimate, we've got 94 between us.
Got 13 left.
If you take everyone's drops and spend the fate point, Beep will survive this.
Okay.
Eh?
Will you allow me to regale the
Zoom.
action?
I actually have a proposition
Okay.
for you.
Perfectly fine. Absolutely.
You call on the magics, burning not only your drops, but the drops of your companions. And time actually slows and then stops. You've been here multiple times. You know that you were ambushed en route to wherever it was you were going. They got the upper hand. You've seen Quinn die multiple times. You've seen all of your friends die. And every time that ticking, it's deafeningly loud. And it draws on your magic and gives you the opportunity to try it again. To send you back to a point where you were alive, back where you'd come from. No memory of what happened, but a chance to do it all over again. Or you could break the cycle. That's the magic. And you will not survive this. But your friends will.
Does Beep remember every previous iteration?
Everyone.
Many thoughts to process, little watch ticking until our time is up. Memories to regale with the world completely erased by this man many times over. My friends can go on, should they understand what happened here. Return to them their memories of each iteration. Return to them their memory of me, perhaps, and take me to the broken watch and stop my clock, perhaps. Deal understood, deal accepted, so long as my friends may wake and walk from this.
The watch slowly starts to tick. Time begins to advance. Very, very slowly. The spell expands, covering the entirety of the battlefield. One by one, your friends disappear. Quinn, someone that you fought alongside, a warrior. What's your best memory of Quinn?
Quinn was always quicker to the blade than to words. Beep remembers that perhaps they should be more like him, and one time they remember of that being true is Beep attempting to discuss things with a thing that may not be discussed, and Quinn sliding in with their blade, rescuing them from their own naivety.
Cicada, someone that once confined in you their deepest, darkest secret. Their greatest fear of dying alone and forgotten. Dying without having accomplished something that the world would remember. What was your favorite memory of Cicada?
We spend many nights in those taverns, Cicada, discussing and regaling our own journeys. Maybe the whole world will not remember, but I know at the very least we will. You are the light in the path that we walk as you protect us, and you are the most memorable person in our envoy.
Umad. An individual that you've shared many drinks with, and you know that under all of that wrapping, all that coverage, an individual just cloaked in tattoos, all with mystical meanings, all being, you would know, his ties of how he talks to his family. What's your favorite memory of Umad?
Umad, the only person who understood Beep truly to the core. Those tattoos, a collection of memories that night that we shared together, was the first time that Beep ever disclosed their own desire to collect things, that same desire to perpetuate memories. And that night we spent sharing each tattoo and each piece of someone else was the first and maybe only time they've ever felt truly understood.
And Reese. The not muscle, but speed. Whether it's quick wit, quick aim, quick tongue. By that I mean a verbal battle. An individual that you know didn't exactly come from the happiest of places, but found a family with all of you. your happiest memory with Reese?
Reese was more playful than the rest from her experiences being a performer. Beep always appreciated that and took Reese as the big sister they never had, a family member they never had, as they would spend days on their downtime playing tag, climbing, and acting as most entertainingly as possible for everyone else so that we might remember why we're doing this. And those times where we would climb trees and almost argue with each other, Beep holds maybe most dear.
And with that, time ticks. Time plays, but in reverse. The arrows withdrawing themselves, the blades never finding their mark. The day rewinding. Till all of you find yourselves opening your eyes groggily, pounding headache. So this time, you know exactly where you are. You know exactly what happened. You know what Beep did. Why they're not here. And you know that you have a foe waiting for you. Before you start this day, one last time, is there anything any of you would like to say or do?
Umad reaches into their pack, and I'm going to make use of one of the supplies that I've got in there. And I'm going to say that that is a bottle of Beep. What would you say was your drink of choice?
Uh, you would remember that Beep had this weird thing where they were more energetic if they weren't drinking coffee. And so when we were all on downtime, Beep would just absolutely chug the stuff.
Uh, so this bottle of uh, like the closest thing I can think of is like an expensive cold brew that they had been saving for when they got to their destination. Uh, to to toast on another successful journey. And they pull out this bottle and uncork it and raise it before taking a long drink and silently offering it to uh, each of their companions in turn.
And we'll all kind of go in the circle and repeat the same for Beep. And be crying like I'm actually crying in real life. Because now there's 4.
Well, not exactly. Waiting for you to finish your toast, your cheers, and your remembrance, a few hundred creatures would start pouring down the trees, filing into perfect formation. As one lead squirrel just marches back and forth in front, holds the blade up, then brings it down in salute. while none of you may speak this language, you get that they're with you. I think as you march off, repeating this day for hopefully the last time, that is where we are going to bring this game of Electrum Archive to a close.
You got me there in the end. You got me with the dang squirrels.
Oh. Yeah. So
How
that's a
dare you.
very happy, very fun game. Just no,
Just
it
in
really
a
is.
silly goofy mood.
It really is a very good game. You can check it out at their itch.io page. It is the Electrum Archive. I think it was like $5 or something.
Oh my god, I'm gonna buy like 6 copies.
Yeah,
That's
Right?
that's totally worth it.
So good.
But yeah, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you to my wonderful cast. Thank you to all of our donations. We are currently sitting at $600 donated. And a reminder to everyone that every penny we raise not only goes towards the Trevor Project, but it is also going to be matched every cent by I'm gonna get their name wrong.
Exalted Funeral.
Thank you, Exalted Funeral. Go check out all of their stuff. They have a massive library of indie TTRPGs, which right now everyone is hunting down for. They're hunting a good replacement for a certain Dragons game that people aren't happy with at the moment. But I do want to go around one last time, give everyone a chance to tell the people who you are, who you played, and if you're working on anything people can check out, where they can find them. So we'll start in counterclockwise order this time, which means that we're starting with Mally.
Hi, my name is Mally. You can find me occasionally on Twitter at MallyTheBlack. On Discord, I'm Mally on entirely too many servers. I'm the resident shitposter who these people just keep letting back on the stream, and I can't imagine why. I don't really have anything going on at present, but I'm looking to fix that in the near future. I just have to figure out something to do with myself besides work and live. I played Umad, the nomadic fixer, and really enjoyed the additional details that my fellow players ended up adding to this fun character that I would be very interested to see show up in the future. Like I was looking through this rule book, and like we barely scratched the surface of even like the free version of the rules, and I could definitely see myself playing this again. So check it out. Like if so, I'm gonna choose my end of stream pimping to pimp this out. So if someone could toss a link up for the Electrum Archive to go give them some love. They made a fun game.
Mods might beat me to it. I'm gonna race you, mods.
I'd be trying to do it on my phone, so I'm a lot slower.
Cat race.
I'm probably gonna end up hopping on Hero Forge sometime tomorrow and making minis because I have no goddamn life, and that's what I do.
All right. Well, that brings us over to Lonnie.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Lonnie, her Looney Shaws. I've been crying for the last like 5-10 minutes or so, but it's okay because this was really great and I loved playing with all of you again. If I haven't, I think actually no, I think Kit is the only one I haven't had a chance to play with so far, but it was so great playing with everybody, and and just, having all the feels. I wasn't actually expecting that. I was like, oh, we're gonna have amnesia for a little bit and then it's all gonna come back, but okay. Anyway, if you want to see me on more streams, I am going to be on again tomorrow for Wild Seed Part 3, and Frank's gonna be there too. So that's really exciting. We've been doing this since September, and it was supposed to be a 1-shot, and then it turned into 2-shot, turned into a 3-shot. I love when that happens.
Ain't that the way?
Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Ain't that just the way?
Yeah.
And then, after that, next week I am on the 23rd, I'm in Necrobiotic with Holly, which super excited about. Been hearing so much hype about Necrobiotic, so can't wait. And then the 25th, really weird, I'm DMing. Bizarre, crazy. Who would have ever...
Oh.
What?
I've never done it in my life, but apparently I'm gonna do it on stream for all of you to watch, to see me either be a magical, amazing DM or maybe just trip all over my words. But that's okay, because Tales from the Loop is still a really great system, and I have some incredible players. I'm so excited. And also on Sundays, for about another 3 or 4 Sundays, I am, surprise, in a game called Midway Madness over on High Shelf Collective. I was added as a surprise, final season new player, so very excited about that too. So, yeah, I'll be there too. And again, really great playing with everybody, and thank you all for making me cry, but in one of those ways that I'm still like, but I would do it again.
Absolutely. Well, brings us over to Beep, who gave us the noble sacrifice tonight. JT.
Hi, I'm JT. I was playing that weird little freak Beep, whose voice was completely improvised, by the way. I had no idea going into this what I was going to be doing for Beep, and then I settled into as shambly an iambic pentameter as I could muster. You can find me on Twitter at Weebg. Sometimes I tweet funny stuff. I recently had a tweet go partially viral with regards to the Dragon game. But otherwise, you can find me chilling in the Lost Caravan Discord, either bullying James or just having a nice little chat with our friends here. Many thanks for letting me play with you guys tonight. Hope you did a phenomenal job as always. But yeah,
it was all you guys.
No. But yeah, you could catch me on the flip side in Los Discord.
Heck yeah. Up to apparently one of the best friends ever. Half of the best friend pair. Kit.
Is it me? I love finding new best friends in unexpected places. I collect them. It's my little collection. Hi, I'm Kit. You can find me all over the internet on Twitter at KitRollCause, same way it's spelled here, or on Instagram just at KitRoll, or in the Discord where I cause havoc and post pictures of my cat. So come join the fun. I'll be back later this month for potentially the beginning of a new campaign. Not sure how much I can talk about that, but it's coming. I've planted the seed. I've planted it. It's there. And then next month I'll be back for our game, Stealing of the Heart, a Lancer game. We'll be back with some Apocalypse keys. We'll be back with some Alien DM'd by the lovely Meg. I'm here too often, so come stop in, pull up a chair, and
Happens.
watch me wreak havoc with the rest of these lovely players and more. Yeah.
All right. Over to the other pair of the best friend squad. Frank.
So yeah, I'm Frank. I played Quinn. I don't know. I built this guy as like a sneaky guy, and he just sort of ended up as like the charge in and start smacking shit guy. So that was a fun twist. This game fucking slaps, and and I don't, who Fantastic. Again, great concept for the play. I really enjoyed it. I'm on. I have a Twitter account. You can find me on there. I'm mostly just on the Discord that everybody's plugged already. I'm coming back with Lonnie tomorrow for the for that Wild Sea. Maybe not the finale. We're gonna wiggle as much as we can out of this thing. Come find out the mystery of the triangles. Yeah, I had so much fun tonight. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Well, I, of course, have been Andrew, your Games Master for the evening and for most evenings, although in the upcoming games for our charity week is actually not going to be me. It's going to be some of my very good friends who are going to tell a bunch of amazing stories. But I will be here in the back supporting and, managing donations because up
And
until
probably
the 26th,
showing little plushies that distract us.
Mhm.
So all of a sudden we're just all laughing and no one knows
Bro.
why, except there's just a Luigi in the screen.
We were having a very serious conversation, and then the Luigi's nose, like,
It's like right here.
we're all laughing, and it's like, bro, there's stuff going on, and
Yep.
we're all busting up.
I will
Who
be here
truly
causing
tests
chaos.
us as actors?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially tonight, y'all killed it. Dude, this game was so much fun.
No, you killed it.
I mean,
I'm crying.
Alright,
Don't
well,
alright,
compliment me.
We killed it.
Oh, maybe the
Oh.
friends were the friends that we killed along the way.
Yeah.
Maybe.
but yeah, up until the
Yeah.
26th, all of our games we will be using to support the Trevor Project in everything they do. If you don't know what they are, Trevor Project is the world's largest LGBTQ youth suicide prevention and crisis intervention organization. Every cent we make is going to support them and their cause, and we want to let every LGBTQ young person know that they are not alone. They have multiple facets to reach out to them, from the phone number, which has been flowing through chat throughout the evening, to their sites, their secure private chats. So if that sounds like some help that you may need, you want to reach out, I absolutely recommend you do. They are amazing, they are kind, just a absolutely beautiful organization. Well, I suppose I should real quick go through the Wheel of Names. And our... Are you... Would go through down the list. First one is going to be our mental health kit from Guardians Mental Health. This is a Destiny nerdy themed positivity mental health kit, and that is going out to Aiden, which I don't have an email for you, but I think one of us knows how to reach out.
Yes, I got it. Hold on, please.
Our next giveaway is the PDF for the Call of Cthulhu. Call of Cthulhu? Call of Cthulhu.
Tutor.
Call of Cthulhu.
Call of
A new country,
Cthulhu.
country
game,
version
let's
of Call
go.
of Cthulhu. Call of Cthulhu.
And that is going to Rojo, which I hope someone also knew them from chat. If not, we'll get the mods to reach out. Which I will quickly make a message. And after that is the
I know.
Rune Quest starter. All three of these games that we're giving away are from Chaosium. The Rune Quest starter PDF is going to Savage Legacy. Which, again, I don't think we got an email, but we will try to reach out and find you if you're still here. Please send us a message so we can get you your PDF. The Rune Quest. And after that is the 7th C PDF, also from Chaosium. I have a little wheel that's physically spinning in front of me. There it is. Mayu Pix.
Oh, I think I know that one as well.
I hope so.
Jeez, you're bringing all the people in.
I so
Popular.
heavily advertised this one.
We'll try to reach out to you. Of course, if we can't find these people, that would be the unfortunate thing, but we'll end up giving it away to people in our Discord, so they will still go to a good home. And the final giveaway is from Word Games. It is the Through the Breach core book. Spin, spin, spin. Stop any day. Leia! I know you were in chat earlier. Leia, thank you so much for being here and donating. We'll reach out to you so we can get your email so we can send you this Through the Breach book. It's a very fun game. Highly recommend for anyone that likes Arcana punk westerns. It's very good.
Ooh.
Through the Breach. All right. That is it for our giveaway tonight, but we do have giveaways every single day up until the end of the charity event with tons more stuff to give away. Seriously, more stuff than we ever thought we would get. Maybe too much stuff. We'll see. But thank you all so much for being here, for supporting us, supporting the Trevor Project. We heckin' appreciate it from the bottom of my heart and everyone at the Lost Caravan. Y'all are amazing. Alright. It looks like ADH Adventures is live right now. I'm going to throw a raid over to them. They're playing the aforementioned dragon game, but, you know, people that had long-running campaigns, you can't expect them to stop immediately. So we still send our love. Absolutely. We support all of our friends in the TTRPG community. So I'm going to throw a raid over there. Which, there it goes. And of course, as always, be good people, do good things, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.